Hello, people. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Gun Down UK. It is, of course, the Saturday night calling show, as we always do. Hang on a second. Stop that right now. Oh dear, I'm having an absolute stinker already. Not a good start. Not a good start. Playing YouTube on in the background, I realise I've double crossing myself here. Let's try that again. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Gun Down UK. It's me, your host, Karl from KB. It's the usual calling show, as we always do. Make sure you smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, tell all your friends, follow us on all our social media platforms, follow us on Instagram, and big up to everyone that's watching this live on Instagram right now. We're on 231 subs. You know the goal. We're on the road to 300 subs. We're 69 subs away from getting that target, and we got 2 months, 2 full months to do it. So yeah, going to be an interesting show. This will be a calling show. The link will come out very, very soon. I have sent the StreamYard link out to a number of people as well, including my good friend Aaron, who has done a little bit of a disappearing act, but we will get on it. We will get on it nonetheless. So big up to everyone. Hope you're all well. FA Cup football was back on this weekend, of course, because the FA Cup was on. For the fans of the building, hi, good evening, mate. Hope you're well. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, make sure you smash the like button, you hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 300 subs, so make sure we want to get to 300 subs by the end of the season, and then from June onwards, the main goal will be to get to that 1K bracket. And yeah, we've got a lot to work on. AFC always in the building. Good up, mate. What season for us to having? Most likely Champions League football, potential FA Cup trophy, off to Wembley. What a job Nuno has done. Nuno's done better this season than Arsenal. Yeah. I did watch the game. Yeah, I did watch the game. I'll be very honest with you. I thought Forest, they rubbed their luck a little bit at times. They need to do better than that. It doesn't matter who they face. It could be Aston Villa. It could be Man City. It could be Bournemouth. It could even be Crystal Palace right now. Palace absolutely decimated Fulham. Absolutely decimated them. So fair play to Palace. They haven't won a cup in Jesus Christ. This is where I need Jez on the show. I don't remember the last time Palace won a domestic cup. That was probably before I was born. Aaron doing his best Odegaard impression. Aaron will be on. I don't know why he's done a disappearing act for, but yeah, he'll be on. Don't worry. Yeah, I'm good, buddy. I'm good. Look, apologies for not doing any shows over the last couple of weeks or so. My little boy's not been feeling very well. This is the first show back, and but I have been whoring around on other channels on Arsenal Revolution TV with Rashid. Big up Rashid as well. He's got the link to come on as well. Obviously, Aaron's channel as well. And yeah, it would be good to get a few more people. We might have another debutant on. We've got a couple of debutants on tonight. Hopefully they pop up. I won't say who they are because I'll keep that a secret. Lawrence is in the building. Hi, Karl. When you hit 300k, will you apply for the Arsenal deck? I said 300 subs, not 300k. Christ almighty, 300k. I'll be 60 by the time that happens. No, mate. Listen, I have been on dating sites for numerous times, and I can tell you this right now. It's not for the faint-hearted, and B, it is unbelievable desperation levels. It really, really is. So no, Lars. But big up to you, bro. I hope you're well. We should have signed last summer. I said we should have signed Elise last summer. AFC always. I said we should have signed Elise to cover Saka, and then we wouldn't be having this issue. But what do I know? I'm just a numpty YouTuber. Forest were poor, in my opinion. They were lucky. Pedro was offside, and their keeper deserves the beers tonight. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, they got to sharpen up with the semi-final. I mean, it is a neutral ground. It's at Wembley, so you never know what could happen there. But yeah, they will have to suit up, especially if we decided to get, I don't know, Man City or even Aston Villa, maybe potentially. So I think Villa would actually that'll be an interesting game, to say the least. What could happen? The streets are treacherous. They are treacherous. So yeah, but Aaron will come on very, very soon. Right, we will get this link up very, very in the short term. We've seen a lot. This dating thing that I've noticed through X has been has been an absolute utter joke. Really, really has. It's as if this football club can't be any more worse than it already is. Now we are advertising for like Arsenal Tinder, Arsenal Plenty of Fish, whatever the hell it is nowadays that we're getting ourselves into. At what point do we just turn around and say, okay, enough's enough now. We have to continue to, these fans are dragging this into the mud, and now we're getting this sort of crap. It's just so disingenuous. It's infuriating to say the least. And this football club is just going down the pan extremely quickly. The level of dignity that this football club once had, the level of morals that this football club once had, no longer exists anymore. It has become a shadow of what we've become. It really, really has. So yeah, it's just tense. It's just hard to watch at times, and the fan base is just still continuing to peddle it out and be all lovey dovey and this, that, and the other. And it's just shit. It's just awful for me. I think they get Palace next round. What you mean? I think you mean Aston Villa next round. I don't know if it's a draw. I don't know if it's been drawn or it's already been decided who they play. I don't know. I'll have to double check. Did you hear what Arteta said about Karl before he signed? Send me some photos of your family members and tell me what they mean to you and why. I hope that weren't the case, because that's wrong. That is so wrong on any sort of level. It really is. Before he signed, send me some photos. Why would Arteta ask Calafiori to send him photos of his family members? I don't get it. I generally don't get it at all. It's just straight up embarrassing with this football club. It really, really is. And the fact that it's this still crap that keeps coming out, it's just ridiculous. What point now do we say with this manager? Because I'm tired of it. I'm angry about it, but it's just it's just shit. It's just absolutely shit right now, and the amount of lowballing that this manager has done to not just the club but to our fans, to the fans as well. Big up Aces, hope you well, mate. 4 debt wall smiles. Yeah, like a typical narcissist. Bob. When Madrid, City, and Bayern wanted a striker, they got Mbappe, Haaland, and Kane. Best in Europe, or we want one man. And telling us about Sesko's a scrub. He's 21 years of age, and he's nothing more than a project. Project Youth, they prefer to call it. Project Youth. Yeah. Just yeah. I don't get it. I mean, Kane's there for the taking. If you want to go back to Bayern Munich, 54 million euros is release clause. Why don't you go get him? Why? I just don't get it. 4 debt wall smiles in Bernabeu Stadium tonight. What is the score between Real Madrid and Legantes? I think last time I saw it was 2-2. I should get the game on, actually. Do myself a disservice, if I'm honest with you. Oh no, I mean Forest might get Palace if we beat Preston. If we beat Preston, we might get City. We might get City or Bournemouth. Oh, is that what it is? Okay, I didn't know. I thought it was done by a draw after the Man City game tomorrow afternoon. So yeah, you're right, Lee, mate. Good to see you, bruv. Hope you're well. Thought I'd say hello. Don't bite that. Listen, no biting. There's no biting for me, mate. You know I'm cool. You know I'm cool about it. Okay, and I know. Okay, and I know someone in here is, you and him don't see eye to eye, but that it is what it is, mate. Don't worry. You're in a safe space when it comes to me. Okay. If Cronkies have any bollocks, they would sack Fordell immediately after Madrid elimination. They won't. Asus, they simply and utterly won't. They won't fire him. They won't sack him. They'll have no plans to. But with Berta coming in, it will rock the foundation of the football club already, and it might just shake him out to say, right, okay, this is your last chance now. You've got 1 year to prove yourself, or you're out of here. But I'm not sure Arteta has got the dignity to turn around and say, yeah, I'm not dealing with this. Because the easiest way you could easily approach this way off. The cheapest way of going about it is just sacking Arteta, paying the 30 million that you owe for the last 2 years of his contract. You go and sign Simeone or Inzaghi. You've got enough defenders to cover you for a back three, and all you need is 2 strikers and a midfielder. And then sprinkle in the intelligence and the IQ of a proven winning manager. And guess what? We might actually not be up shit creek without a paddle as much as it seems. So, yeah, 3-2 Madrid. Oh, it's predictable. I always watch La Liga. It's end-to-end football. I even watched the championship game between, what was it, Sheffield United and Coventry last night, actually. It ended 4-0, ended an absolute blowout, but Coventry was still going for it when they were 4-0 down. You know, that's the sort of football I like, end-to-end. Here's what I like. No, it's a draw, unfortunately. Right, okay, see, there's a chance you might not have that then, but, you know, good luck to you. You should beat Preston anyway. You should beat Preston, so anyway. Dan Paul's doing a stream now because Berta will be announced next week. I believe they will announce Berta when we get knocked out of Champions League 200 and more merch will be dropped. I did say this on Aaron's channel. I said the minute Berta's name is announced, that's it. We're dropping another line of merch. I guarantee you that would happen. AFC Unite, you and Armand speak alike, mate. Really, really do. So, yeah, it is what it is. Is what it is, mate, and it's gonna hit like crack. On our side of the fan base, it's gonna hit like crack. Really will, regarding of regarding of this. So hopefully, draw live after ball of City game. Yeah, as they just said. Yeah, I think it would be the draw. They would do so anyway. Appreciate fellow YouTuber, bruv. Pleasure, absolute pleasure, bruv. Absolute pleasure. Not sure Palace have ever won the FA Cup. They did play a final in the 90s versus Man United. Okay, right. So, Eros, I'll get to your comment in a minute, brother. Not sure Palace ever won the FA Cup. They did play in the final in the 90s. United, Ian Wright played as a sub. He did play as a sub, but well done. Your knowledge is very, very goodly. Yeah, I believe that's so. So, yeah, but what phase is Glasner in? He's only been in the season, Premier League couple of seasons already. He's in the He's already in the semi-finals of the FA Cup. So yeah, we'll see about that. Wait, is this Aaron's brother? No. Aaron's just linked his channel onto my one because he will be coming on, but he's just said to me on Instagram that he'll be about 10 minutes or so, or 20 minutes depending. It'll be after 10, mate, when the missus goes up, maybe 20, maybe 20, mate. Okay, fair enough. So it might take a bit of time there. Big up every time. Eros, good to see you, mate. Make sure you smash the like button, mate. Yep, all good. All good in that. Smash the likes up, gang, and subscribe if you haven't already. Yes, please. You know the drill. On the road to 300 subs. Let's get there. Let's absolutely get there before the end of the season, okay? As I said, this season has been a bit of a shit show for me due to personal issues. But trust me, when June arrives and it's going to be the summer window and I'll be able to do some more content properly, then it will be all systems go. And I'll have a little bit more respite over the weekends as well because, my boy will officially be able to stay at his mum's now once every 2 weeks from September onwards. So watch-alongs on the weekend will be back, baby. It doesn't matter if it's Arsenal or not. We will do watch-alongs. And I so miss them as well. And I will get, I'll always try and get a guest on to do the show and that sort of thing. Great question. Yeah, as always, mate. Big up, man. Please forgive me. Big up every time. Carry on. Yeah, no worries. No worries. Yeah, no worries. Listen, me and Aaron have got on like a house on fire. And different minds think alike. And yeah, all good with thumbs up and OG. You have a sub here, fella. I'll see you. Pleasure, mate. Eros, thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much. Right. I don't know if anybody has seen recently, but I've had some, how to put it this way, some questionable arguments with a certain YouTuber. You probably know who they are, Famzone TV. I basically tried to argue with them that Saka should not be playing at all really, remaining of the season. The only way I would risk him is if it was, say, the Champions League final, or in the second leg we were still winning. Maybe you just need him to come on, to hang on to that one goal. Sorry. And he was continuously arguing, so no, he's our star boy. We need him, this, that, and the other. Well, can anybody tell me when Saka's last? When Saka played in a game which was actually worthwhile, when it was actually meaningful, when it was a clutch moment? Because the last time that was 6 years ago when we won the FA Cup under Unai Emery. We haven't done that since. So I've got absolute what to think about that. And he was going backwards and forwards. I mean, now here's the thing that you're going to get with me, okay? When you the signal's going to slightly drop out. I apologize for that. If I stutter a bit, that means the signal's dropping out. It's okay for the time being. If you want to come and have a debate with me, you're more than welcome to. You come onto my channel, I'll go onto your channel. We talk like adults, we talk like actual human beings, and we discuss and we debate and so on. It might get a bit loudish, but it is what it is, right? What I do not like and what I don't understand is how people can be so disingenuous. They say to you, we'll need to organize a show and do this debate. And I basically replied back, give me a time, give me a date, and I will be there. And he responded back with, oh, it's going to be actually 10 o'clock tonight. This was on Thursday night, by the way. I could have this was on Thursday, by the way. I could have very easily have done the Arsenal Anger Management show on Thursday night. I really could have, okay? But instead, I was like, okay, I'll leave this aside because I'm having beef with this guy, and let's see what happens. So I tuned into their show at 10 o'clock, right? And there's me sitting on the chat, waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting still. Tonight, they were handing out free memberships for people to come on and have their call-in show and so on. But they did not once send me the link so we can have this debate. This is the sort of disingenuous people that I do not like. I don't think Fanzone TV are watching, but if they do somehow pop over and find my channel and they see this, you're very disingenuous. I'm more than happy to have a debate with you. But what I cannot stand are bullshitters and liars. I've been dealing with them throughout my entire flipping life here, and I don't need it on this platform. So if you want to come and have this debate with me why you think Saka should be playing, then by all means, the call-in show's here. The link will be up on the page in a minute, and you can come on and have your say. We can have a little debate about it. But if you're not going to do it, just say I don't want to do a show with you, and I'm like, cool, fine. Well, it is what it is. But the fact you decided to arrange a show with me and then you didn't send me the link, one of two things happens. Either A, you're a complete coward, or B, you didn't want the smoke. And I'm probably guessing it was a combination of both of them. This is why I don't like disingenuous people. This is why when people come into my chat, right, and they start running their mouth off, right, and we always say, come on, you have your say. Now, okay, Lee, you was on a couple of weeks ago and so on, and I saw the fallout I had for it. But listen, I still love you, my buddy. I still love you, okay? So don't be too heartfelt on it, okay? That you're always welcome back on here anytime, okay? It's just as simple as. But the previous one, Mark _AFC8. He is the co-host of In the North Bank podcast. He tried to muddle up the finances of what Arsenal Football Club have done. And as everybody knows, Jez come on from the Arsenal History and More. Make sure you subscribe to him, by the way. Does an amazing show on Tuesdays called The Old School Show. And that's more like a history lesson than a YouTube show. Let's put it that way. And I enjoy it. I absolutely enjoy it, right? He came on and discussed about Company's House and so on, told all the finance. He was literally reading it as he said it. And this smart guy basically turned around and said, so I will send you I will DM you either on X or on Instagram, whatever it is, right? And I will come on. So I will DM you all the information that I know about these finances. This wasn't just to me. This was to Jez. This was to Rashid from Arsenal Revolution TV. Big up to Rashid. He was on Northside Channel today. So make sure you subscribe to Arsenal Revolution TV. Excuse me. And obviously Aaron was on with me as well, right? We waited for days, and that turned to a week. And guess what? Guess bloody what? We didn't get that information. And tonight, I was scrolling through X, waiting for the final hour just before we went to go live, guys. And I was scrolling through, like, let's just see what this Marcus actually posted recently. And I noticed I lost a viewer on X, or follower on X. I click onto his profile picture, and guess what? The motherfucker blocked me. Blocked me. Disingenuous little prick. Don't care if you're Scottish. You said you were going to hand out information to me, Jez, Aaron, and Rashid, and you failed to do so, which means you are so disingenuous. It's quite ironic, right, that I come on to my own channel to do this, and over the last 7 to 8 streams, I've been averaging over 100, maybe 120 views each episode, each show I've done. The last 6 to 7 shows that in the North Bank podcast are done, they might have 972 subs. I've only got a measly 232, by the way, guys. But they can't even average 30 views on any of their shows. Average over the last 8 to 9 shows. They average around about 30 to 35 views. I'm averaging about 100 to 120. And I'm on 700 subs, way less than what they're on. So, yeah, it was infuriating to say the least. So, Mark, if you are listening, you're a disingenuous prick. You didn't give us the information. Therefore, I class you as a stone-faced liar. Stone-faced liar. Let's get back into the chat. And I'll get the link out in a minute, guys. So I apologize for that. Was on my little tirade there. So I apologize for that. Top Goon is saying Saka's back and the Premier League is trembling. Yeah, I've heard this. Listen, ASC always. I've heard this for time, bruv. I've heard this for time. And it's getting incredibly stressful. The fact that we want to continue with this charade. Look, here's a question to everyone in the chat, okay? What would you rather do? Would you rather force Saka to play in 2 games against Real Madrid with no guarantee of us going through? Or would you rather just ice him the rest of the season and prolong his career for the next 10 years? Who could eventually win a league title? Who could eventually win a Champions League? Could eventually play Real Madrid in the Champions League, if not play for Real Madrid in the Champions League. There's so many ways to skin a cat in football. And this is a player who is the heart and soul of this football team. He really is. He's the face of this football club. Why would you want to risk him? And I know it's Real Madrid. I know it's the quarterfinals of the Champions League. But the guy's only 23 years of age. He's got about at least another 10 years at the top. And I know people say, "Oh yeah, but we're clambering and whining because we're not winning trophies right now." But now they're saying to us, "Oh, but no, you don't want Saka to play. You don't want to win some trophies." No, I want us to win the Champions League. But the only way I'd risk Saka is if he plays if he gets to the final. I wouldn't even risk him if we somehow, by a freaking miracle, we get through. We get past Real Madrid. We still have to play either PSG, who, by the way, okay, we beat them 2-0, by the way, but they were freaking awful. I think Dembele was suspended. One of them other players was injured as well. And then the other team is Aston Villa with Unai Emery, who's our ex-manager, who has dusted us multiple times. Oh, and he's also got European pedigree as well from his time in Sevilla and also his time in Villarreal. After we binned him in the first year in Villarreal, he goes and wins the Europa League with them. But it is what it is. I won't be signing Saka at all. Some of you might not follow the women's game, but he also goes with Brilliant versus Madrid. I didn't watch the game, but I watched the highlights. And Chloe Kelly, I do watch the women's football when it's like the Euros or the World Cup and so on. Chloe Kelly is an absolute fantastic player. I can't even deny that. She's amazing. Alex and Russo as well. I did like the news when we actually paid a lot of money to get her out of Man United. So that was a blessing in disguise on that one. I wouldn't risk Saka at all. Agree with you. Yeah, I'm glad you agree with Eros. Needed it. Luca, my man. Hi, good to see you, mate. Hope you are good. Hope you are good, man. The link will be out soon, mate. You came on for a watch along for the Chelsea game, which was a dusty game. But yeah, it'd be good to see you come on. I hope you calm down as well after the NK Dons game, because I believe it was another one of your rants on the vlog. I think it was. Arsenal women team were brilliant. Yeah, they were. They really, really were. They played superbly well. I understand your concern about Saka. I don't think we will rush him back, but it's encouraging that he is back in training. Here's what I'm going to say, mate. Okay, regarding that. It's all right for someone to say, but the doctors have said that he's cleared and he's okay to start training and so on. But a physiotherapist could actually see that for a little bit better. And I won't tell you the story. I'll wait till when Aaron gets on, I will tell you what I say, because I will show you a picture. I don't talk about my private life very often, okay? But I'm going to show you a picture of what I used to do before I did YouTubing. Matter of fact, it was something I did after I took time away from when I played darts, because I was just getting slapped every single week for 2 years straight, and it just killed my confidence, and that was it. So I took up a different sport. And yeah, I'll show you in a bit. So what I mean, but no, we'll come back to this. Okay, so I'm just going to start that message on you, Guna Gathering, and we'll come back to you in a minute. We had great debate in fairness. We were all good. Jez always has a great debate, and yeah, he might come across a little bit antagonistic sometimes, but it's all in good faith, and he knows his facts. So yeah, we need Saka a lot more for next season than what is left of this season. Why does everyone think Saka will stay against Real Madrid? As I already said. AFC. Why name me a game where name me a clutch goal that has meant anything to Arsenal recently? I don't see it. I generally don't see it at all, bruv. If I'm perfectly honest with you, I really, really don't. It's just one of those things. Real Madrid look awful at the moment. Well, yeah, they know how to shithouse their way. That's the thing with Madrid. They may look special, but they do know how to shithouse their way through. It's one of them teams, but I guarantee you this right now. On the 8th of April, they're not going to come to play. They're going to play a stinking low block, and we are going to get stressed. We are going to get more stressed than a grad student writing a thesis paper. So, AFC Warriors, we've had issues by proposed truce. Life is too short. AFC always, well, thank you. Thank you for being the bigger man. Damn. I think that was what you were just saying earlier when he was. Is Mark that older Scottish guy who was on your stream a while back? Super Arteta. Yep, that's the guy. That's the guy. I like turtles. I like the name, by the way. Yeah, no. No, that's hang on. Let me crack open my beer, because I'm now getting thirsty. Gone on half an hour now, having a sip of my beer. That's it. Here we go. It's better. Right. Yeah, no, it was the Scottish guy. Yeah, he's blocked me. He's blocked me on X. He was a clear bullshitter, and he didn't want the smoke. So yeah. Oh well, it's a loss to him. Yeah, it's what it is. Rest Saka, the top green is not thinking about the bigger picture. Thank you, Eros. Yes, the bigger picture. That is always the issue with these teams. We always speak about, who is actually the bigger picture in all of this, and we've just come across this. The bigger picture is, what would you rather? I would rather him have the rest of the season off completely. He said, "Oh, you know what I say to him? I said, you could either sit in the stands and watch the remaining game, or go take a holiday. Go take a nice, relaxing holiday. No kicking the football around. Just take a nice, relaxed holiday with you and your lovely fiance or wife. I think they're married. I'm not 100% sure. And just relax, mate." I said, "Look, okay, I know you want to come back." I said, "But look, how many times have we seen, chat? How many times have we seen Arsene Wenger seen players go into the red and he refused to play them?" Thierry Henry had niggles and knocks every now and then. But instead of just running him into the ground eventually to get the injury, Arsene Wenger pulled him off and said, no, mate, I'm not risking you. You're our best striker. You're not being risked. And it's all about man management at the end of the day. And this is why I say Arteta is not a very good in-game management when it comes to the game. And he's not a player personnel manager. He just has got no idea. Pardon me. He's got absolutely no idea. I can't lie, you were cooking, Karl, and I feel like I would only play Saka against Liverpool, which would be the second to last game of the season. Bruv, the last time we beat Liverpool was 2012. That was the last time we beat them. So, yeah, I can't say, I can't say for a fact that, us coming back here. Our biggest try at Anfield was 2 years ago when we drew 2-2. We were 2-0 up against Liverpool. 2-0 up against in Anfield. And then Granit Xhaka made that stupid mistake and it rolled up the 12th man. I've always said Anfield has always been the 12th man when they get their heads up. And they got that goal back and And then we were desperate to get defenders on. We needed Kieran Tierney to come and actually play defence properly. And guess what happened? We conceded, and then we put Kieran Tierney on. Fucking stupid idiot. Stupid. At Guna Gathering, I always supported your channel, but you to ban me from your channel when I comment for saying shit words still baffles me. Listen, keep it PC, guys. Come on, keep it PC. Let's keep it friendly now, okay? We're doing all right. Views on sport. Big up, my man. Big up, bro. Got way too much noise tonight, but next time. Hey, don't worry about it, bruv. Don't worry about it. Good stream, by the way. Well done doing those two watch-alongs today. And obviously, you had Shane Gouda on for the first one, and then you had Static on for the second one. By the way, Static has got the link, so it'll be good to see him here. Big up, bro. Hope you're well. AFC, big up, bro. Always is good. Also, I definitely have Sleggers as my manager over Arteta and Eidville. I mean, well, at least you can naturally coach our team. Jez, the master, big up, mate. All in the chat. Hope you're well, sir. Hope you're well. The link will be out I'm going to get the link out in the next 5-10 minutes. Guys, so if you want to have your say, you're more than welcome to pop on. This is a call-in show after all. I've been rambling now for about 34 minutes anyway. Karl, you can't beat a bit of bully. I didn't do well in darts, let's put it that way. Evening, sir, hope you're well. Good, Gavin Haley, I was wrong what I said. You are a real one. Bless up, Jez. Bless up. Hope you're good. AFC always is everywhere. He always is, mate. I think AFC always, I actually generally think you should be a moderator of my channel. I think it's AJ that's only a moderator, but you're in my channel consistently. I'll change his Instagram me. He might be coming on in a bit. Okay, that's cool. That's fine. Oh, hang on. What did I miss here? Boy Tendio, good to see you, bruv. Hope you're well. I think it's wildly responsible fans in the club to want to play Saka against Madrid. It is irresponsible. What are you getting out of him playing this game? Right. Okay. I'll get into the story. What I will get into later on. Right. Okay. Regarding a certain injury that I suffered right back in my time. Right. But why would you do this? Why would you consistently do this all for this particular game? As I said, I know it's Real Madrid. It's one of the most important games of the season, but it's not like he's in his 30s. It was like it's not like it's his 30s and this is his final year before he retires from club football. You'll probably say, nah, screw it. I'm going to just do it again. And if I bugger up the hamstring again, guess what? I'm going to end my career at the end of the season anyway. That's a different matter. But when you're 23, you're just about to hit your prime, and you still all this time ahead of you. It just makes no sense. It just generally makes no sense at all. Jezreel, all cool. All you good, mate. Lawrence, know how you feel about fan TV? As I had similar issues with their prices on Arsenal fan circle, as they would not have anything negative said about the clown of manager of ours. Here's the thing, though, mate. There's two of them on there. One is the Arsenal fan, is the one that doesn't like any smoke. And the other one is the Liverpool fan who, listen, I've got no issues with. I have no issues with with I think it was Dean. I think his name was. No, he's pretty sound. He is pretty sound, actually, to be honest. Good going. I'm good, mate. Hope you are, legend. He was to put 100% Karl. I'm sorry, I ran this young man to the ground with absolutely no competition at his position. Give the kid a rest and get some damn good and get some goddamn competition this summer at his position. We should have had backup for him We should have had backup for him in the summer. As I said, Elise was available. Go and get Elise. That'd have been the perfect backup for Bukayo Saka. Because then you could have started Saka, and when you blitz teams get 3-0 into the second half, guess what? There's your change. Elise comes on, Saka comes off. And when you're playing the bottom feeders, the likes of Southampton, the likes of Ipswich, the likes of Everton, all them at Tottenham, all the way down. Okay, maybe not Tottenham, but you get what I mean. All the bottom feeders down the bottom, you rest Saka and you start Elise, especially if you had a Champions League game on the Tuesday or the Wednesday. That would make more sense. But no, we've ran this kid 4 years straight into the ground. And now it's all coming back to bite us. But let's not get carried away here that Saka was doing really well for us this year. None of the injuries we sustained of Odegaard, Saka, Havertz and Jesus, right? Prior to their injuries, we were 12 games in and we were still 9 points behind Liverpool. Fast forward to now, we're 12 points behind Liverpool. So we've lost one more game compared to what we have without the injuries. The amount of copium some fans will actually say to get their head around this is absolutely unbelievable. It's annoying that Arteta has coached his way to this point, and now his lack of managerial now gets exposed. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realise that he was a rookie manager. What do you want me to say about it? I said to you, this guy's a novice. This guy's a complete and utter novice. All he knows is to make Pep Guardiola's coffee and to hold his clipboard. That is all he has ever known. And you wonder why us as the fans on this side of the fence, we continue to berate and continue to get stressed out and angry over the situation. It's just stupid. Oh, hang on. Who's it? Oh, we have our first contender, ladies and gentlemen. It is, of course, Mr. Shane Gooner. Shane, good evening, sir. How are we?
Man.
I saw you on sports stream earlier on today, the Fulham Palace game. I haven't watched any of the FA Cup apart from the last bit of the Forest game. But yeah, it's what it is. Big up to you, mate. I've seen your channel. You've been very, very busy as of late. And your shorts you've been putting out on Instagram recently. Yeah, some great pieces you're putting out there, mate. How you been?
Oh, Jay, yeah, not a bother. I was watching. Yeah, I watched the bits and pieces of the Brighton game. It was awful, but the Fulham Palace game was all right. Yeah, I was watching that with views on sport, and we were just looking at Mateta and Sarr and Eze and all these lads that are on a team apparently much inferior to us, and we were saying they'd walk into our team at the moment, and it was kind of the FA Cup for me has always been. I love it, as Arsenal fans, we adore the FA Cup. It's our cup, and just seeing these teams in it, playing in the sun, and the excitement and stuff. It just hammers home again what this guy's done to us, that he's dismissed these domestic cups. And looking at the Newcastle, the bus, the what you call it, they had today. They were going through the town with their cup and they were celebrating, and it was just yet another realization that just the trouble we're in. I didn't catch the start of your show. I only got your message a while ago, so I don't know what you've covered or what you've been talking about. But
just been generally speaking of the chat, really. We spoke a little bit about Saka returning and so on, and much to our worries, shall we say. And I also had my little rant regarding of my altercation with Famzone TV and so on, but that's spilt milk, and I'm not ready to go over that all over again. It's been done and dusted. What's your thoughts on the Saka situation? Because I've said that we should be prolonging his career instead of trying to rush him back for a game where there is no game next round anyway.
Yeah, I'm fully with you on that. I think that guy should be rested till the end of the season. I don't care what the doctors say. I don't care what anybody says. I'm over now for the Fulham match. I'm flying over on Tuesday, and I have a feeling I'll see him on the bench. I have a feeling he's going to be on the bench because I think Arteta would even rush him back earlier and give him 10 minutes, just so he doesn't get accused of rushing him back for the Champions League game. Even if Saka was to come back, right, and even if he is fully fit, an injury that long, what if is he going to have that much of an effect on the Madrid game? That close to coming back from such a long-term injury, it takes weeks of football to get back any sort of sharpness. It takes weeks of football to get back the mental side of it, of being afraid of, every tackle's he's going to take an extra second with the ball. He's going to, I'm fully with you, and I think anybody who cares about the club and cares about our players more than Arteta's narcissism knows that this guy should not be rushed back. But just like us all knowing that Tierney should start, and just like us all knowing that Partey should be given another year, and just like all us knowing all these things that are just there for everybody to see, it's completely different what Arteta does, and we all know that too. We can pick the team that he'll pick against Madrid, just like Ancelotti will be able to, he'll know what team he's going to pick, and it's going to be Marino up top. It's going to be, we can all pick it, so there's going to be no surprises, and just like that, we know he will rush Saka back. We know that he won't think twice about rushing him back. He doesn't care about his health. He cares about, keeping the fans on his side, or the majority of the fans, which sadly the majority of the fans are the top gooners, unfortunately. And that's what we're dealing with.
Yeah, that's what it is, unfortunately. Eros, your boy is actually now arrived on the scene. It is, of course, Aaron Arsenal. Aaron talks Arsenal as always. Big up, bro. Good to have you back on, mate. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well, bruv. Well, what's your situation? What's your thoughts on the Saka situation? Because as I already said, it's complete negligence from the manager to try and bring him back. We've hearing a lot of things from the fan base basically turn around to saying that, but if the doctors have said he's cleared to go, then he's obviously cleared to play. It goes, okay, if the doctors are right to say, okay, you're cleared to play, but we're not bothered by the fact if he's cleared to play from the doctors, fine. If my physiotherapist turns around and says you're cleared to actually, play football again, cool, that's fine. You've got two good pieces there from proper people who actually know what they're talking about. Match fitness, on the other hand, is the issue we're talking about here. He doesn't have the game. 20 minutes against Fulham and 20 minutes against Everton, you think that's going to be enough to try and play one half against Real Madrid? It's just complete and utter hypocrisy. What we're dealing with here. And I'm going to say this as well, okay? Aaron, I'll let you have your say because I need to bring something up, okay? And I'll explain something. As I said to you, I don't usually point my private life out very often, but I will, however, show you a photo of what I did back in my days. But you can take the floor, Aaron, regarding of the Saka situation.
Yeah, man. Yeah, first of all, big up to everyone, man. Big up to Shane, Karl. Thank you very much for having me on. Sorry. As well as everyone in the chat, man. Don't forget to drop on a little cheeky little like and sub. I was a little bit late because, the family got to take some point. I've been a little bit greedy with the streaming lately. So, I've got to show a bit of time to the missus. Not that sort of time, just actual sofa and watching something time. That will come. But now, big up everyone for watching, man. So yeah, the Saka thing, man. It's obviously if what you're sort of asking is basically do I think he's being rushed back and is it ridiculous? Yes, and yes, we've got a duty of care to this kid. And look, it's all well and good, you hear sort of along the grapevine and everyone's like, yeah, basically, if the medical doctors, they're all clearing him and this and all of that, then he's going to be fine. All right, now that's all well and good. Do you know what I mean? Trust your doctor and all of that. But yeah, then I'm sitting there and I'm thinking like, well, they trusted Declan Rice to carry on playing with a broken toe, and funny enough, that coincided with his worst form in the league. So I was like, okay, well, yeah, I suppose, that makes sense. And then you're thinking, Ben White's not really having a good season, is he, so far? And then you hear that he needs surgery. Oh, but they trusted him to play, though, these medical teams. And this isn't just, with all due respect, and I say this very, very lightly, they're not the NHS. These are probably the best in the business. They are not, and I mean that with all due respect. So I really, really, really do. But these are the best in the business. They are the best. They are on hundreds of thousands of pounds a year, these medical professionals, and they can't diagnose things like this. Why are they telling that Mikel Arteta that Gabriel Jesus is all right to carry on playing? That's quite strange, isn't it? But you've got to trust your doctor. So there's 3 players just there on their own. Okay, that's quite weird. And then you sit there and think, well, if it's not them, maybe it's Arteta. But we've all seen Mikel Arteta push Thomas Partey back on the field, 2-0 down against Tottenham. Literally, he pushed straight on the field, go back on there. So then I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, okay, so Mikel Arteta don't really care about the player's fitness because he plays them. Or is it the other way round? Or maybe it's just actually both don't really care that much. And the worrying thing about that is that both of them, do you know what I mean? You sit there and you just think, what about Tomiyasu? He's played 6 minutes of football this season. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, well, who's cleared him to play then? Have the doctors cleared him to play? Mikel Arteta's gone, okay, well, if he's fit to play, then he's all fit to play. Or has he not been fit to play? And then Mikel Arteta is just going, well, sorry, doctors, I'm above you. What one is it? Because one thing I can say without absolute fact is something isn't right. That's an absolute fact. Something's not quite right. Then you sit there and you also think, why are they all getting the same injury? What about Urian Timber? Yeah, let's just take Urian Timber. We all see him. I was in the bloody stadium that day. Let's get this right. On his debut, Nottingham Forest, and he weren't right. Why did he come back out the second half? Whose decision was that? Was it the medics? And said that, oh, no, he's absolutely fine, Mikel. You go and play him. Or did the medics go, yeah, I wouldn't really risk it. Mikel Arteta's gone, yeah. Either way, one of them's made a massive mistake. At least one of them, maybe both of them. We can just carry on. Why is everyone getting ACLs? Why is everyone getting hamstring injuries? Like, what's going on here? I'll tell you what is going on is there is clearly no real either communication between the medical department and Arteta, or one or both of them don't really give a toss about the fitness and well-being of the players. And that is in itself is very, very, very worrying, because I support this football club, not because of the medical capabilities of this club. I support this club because of the football team and the decisions and the management of this football team. And there's clearly something not quite right about the management of this football team, especially in terms of injuries. Because I think it's nowhere near good enough to manage a team to a top-tier title-winning side, i.e. Champions League, i.e. Premier League. He just clearly isn't. Why? Because, well, he hasn't won it. And it's as simple as that. I mean, we can just use proven history, 5 years. He's bottled every single time. It's been nearly there. He's got nowhere fucking near it. I just don't know where I stand with the injury things. And I definitely know where I stand, though, with the Saka thing. The Saka thing's madness, bro. Like, you're sitting there and you're thinking, like, this kid, he's got Fulham on Tuesday. We're on Saturday. That's 3 days' time. And then you've got a weekend game. And then after the weekend game, there's another 3 or 4 days. And then he's got Real Madrid. Sitting there thinking, like you said, Karl, is he going to get 20 minutes here and 60 minutes there? He's not even going to get a full 90 minutes in after just coming back. It's not like he's come back, 2 weeks ago before the international break. And then you're like, well, he has got a nice little bit of training there for 2 weeks. The geezer's literally just coming back. You're giving him a couple of minutes. And then you're going, yeah, this is the one of the biggest. This is what all the top gooners are saying, or the opposite opinioners. They're all like, yeah, but it's the biggest game of his career. Probably he's going to be playing for Real Madrid maybe one day, or he's 23 years old. He's got about 13 years left to have a wonderful big game against Real Madrid. This is a quarter-final, by the way. This ain't a semi-final we're favourites for.
If this was the final, if this was the final of the Champions League, then you could probably make the argument. It's a one-off game. Get him off for the final 20, 25 minutes and throw shit at the wall and hoping that it sticks. That's how it should be portrayed as. But it's not. It's a quarter-final. You still got five. You still got 4 more games to go yet before you even reach the final. And there's, and as I said before, there is no guarantee that if Saka does end up playing against Real Madrid, there's no guarantee that we're going through anyway. Because what game have we seen Saka play since 6 years ago in that FA Cup final with Unai Emery's squad, by the way, who got that goal? When have we ever seen Saka come up clutch? It's Harry Kane syndrome.
Yeah, no, facts, man. And like you said, the analogy, whether just throwing shit at the wall and seeing if it stinks. What Mikel Arteta is he just a cheeky monkey that just throws shit everywhere? He don't even think if it's gonna stick. He's just that crap. He's just throwing feces all over the place. That's what he is. We've just got a monkey that's just lobbing crap everywhere. He don't know what he's doing. He's just lobbing shit everywhere. And unfortunately, his shit's hitting my eyes too many times. Every time I go to the Emirates, I'm just caped in Mikel Arteta's shit football, and it's blinding me. Honestly, it's painful. Honestly, I'm just forever like that, watching the game, thinking, "Fuck me, more shit." It's just absolutely crap. It's a frustrating. It's frustrating, isn't it, boys? Because at the end of the day, we should be in a position, a situation where we are now going, maybe against Real Madrid, not. We should be sort of going to Real Madrid and going, yeah, do you know what? We've got a good chance against them. Did you see their result today? 3-2 at home at Leganes or whatever it was. Mbappe had to rescue that in the 70-odd minute. This ain't the best Real Madrid team, but this is still a Real Madrid team that can still get over the line.
About 8 changes, Aaron, I think, did they?
What's that?
Did they make about 8 changes today, though, I think, didn't they?
I'm not sure on the lineup.
I think they made a bucket of changes.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I was flicking through results. So to be fair, if you know a little bit more, then absolutely, I'll go on there. But yeah, then again, I suppose then you can take the point of that, and they still got over the line. Do you know what I mean? They just still find that way. So even to take that little snippet from that, they just still find the way. But I'd like to be able to be coming into these games. Go on, mate.
One quick, Karen. Big up to Natster, debuting. Big up, man. Hope you're coming on. And we've just had another, and I've not got one, but I've got 2 debutants on my show tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, Lion Tex is in the building. Lion Tex.
Oi.
Big up, sir. How are we?
Go on, geezer.
No, all good, man. What are you saying, though?
I'm all good, mate. Just ranting and raving about how poorly ran this football club is and talking about Saka's indiscretion, unfortunately, with his injuries. So, I'm going to show you something, guys, all right? So it was about 8 years ago, right? I stopped doing darts because I was getting absolutely panned all the time, right? I took up another sport, right? I'm going to show you this picture and I'm going to tell you a story which is very similar to what Saka is. Can you see?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. A little bit of old lancing and all that.
Time trial bike.
Lancing and prancing and that.
Lancing and prancing, shall we say? That's a good term phrase.
You've got 50% more bollock than him now, I hope. Do you know what I mean?
Mate, I was in better fitness shape than I was right now. But anyway, no, I suffered a very bad injury on one of the races. It was the 6th race in the season. We have 20. We usually have 25 in total, right? And I actually ripped, not pulled the muscle, but I ripped the ID band on my right leg. Now, if anybody doesn't know what your ID band is, it's basically the muscle goes down the side of your thigh and it goes down to the top part of your knee. That entire band actually ripped. I crashed off the bike. I had pretty serious bruises, but no broken bones or anything. But all I was caring about was what's the damage I'd done to the ID band. Went to hospital. They said, you have ripped it completely off. And I was like, how long is this going to take? And they said, it's going to take roughly 2 to 3 months. So there was a chance of me coming back at the end of the season to finish it off and not get relegated into the next league down. I spoke to multiple people. I spoke to my doctor. I spoke to my parents. I spoke to fellow riders as well. And in the end, my last port of call was my physiotherapist. I spoke to him and he basically said, if you go back on that bike at any point this season, let alone if it is light training, you're going to cause more damage, not just to that, but to somewhere else on that leg as well, whether that's your thigh, your hamstring, your groin, or even worse, maybe your ACL. And you'll be out very, very, very long term. So he said, I'll give you note of caution. It's up to you. He said, but I wouldn't, if I was like your trainer or someone, well, I didn't have a trainer because we were just on doing our own individual thing. He said, but if I was your trainer, I wouldn't allow you back on the bike until at least October, which would have been end of season and beginning of September anyway. And in the end, I thought about it long and hard, and then I decided, okay, let's just ice him. I iced myself. I took myself off the bike. I put it in my shed. I didn't do any racing, no training, no nothing. And I got relegated from the A-League. There was an A-League and there was a B-League. And I was like, okay, I just got to work harder the following season. Trained harder in the winter, did more longer rides. The ID band was fully surgically repaired then, and it was all good to go. Went warm weather training in Mallorca, as I always did. And the first race that I did the following season, freaking won it. And what happened throughout the remaining of that season, I ended up winning the B-League and went straight back up to the A-League again. This is what I mean by prolonging your career as much as you can. You know, this injury I sustained, it was really nasty. Me being usually someone that's not very smart, I probably would have ended up doing it if I'd never got the actual advice that I needed. And sometimes you have to put your pride and your ego aside for your general health further down the road. This is something that Saka should be thinking about in a long-term way. You're 23 years of age. You've probably got 10 more years at the top, 13 years left in your football career. Don't just jeopardize it now just to play against Real Madrid.
Yeah.
As we said already, there's a good chance you could be playing Real Madrid again in the foreseeable future. You could be playing Champions League football again. You could be winning Premier League titles. You could be winning cups somewhere. You know, it's not the be-all and end-all if you are not available. And this is the sort of like what I want to just try and put forward. Napster, I'll throw this to you because obviously you're the first one to come in. What would you say? Because I've just given you a prime example of what you should not do.
Yeah, I've even got one myself because for those that don't know, I think me and Aaron have spoken about this off camera and that. Basically, I used to play rugby. So your thing was cycling, Karl. My thing was rugby. I played a bit of football at primary school and world, but rugby was like trying to go pro level rugby, not just playing because I loved it and enjoyed it and all that. No, I was going pro. When I was about 12, I had basically growing pains, but it's called. There's two types that I can think of. There's probably three, but there's two that I can remember still to this day. One is Oscar Schlatters, if you've heard of that, and the other was Sindin Larsen. Mm-hmm. I got the Sindin Larsen one, which is the worst.
In your knee, Oscar Schlatter.
Yeah. I got both Sindin Larsen in both of my knees when I was 12 years old. 12 years old, I was still quick. I still like very agile, blah blah blah. Top of my game, top team in school and all of that, and it just killed it. It like I was out for a year. I can't tell you how many times, like during lunchtime break, during like what you call like the games period, like doing the rugby training and all that, I wanted to be out there so bad. I could walk, I could jog a bit here and there, but I could not run. Definitely not at 50%, 70%, and don't even get me started with 100%. And it stuck with me up until the point where I was about 16 or 7. No, I think it was 17. And I partly dislocated my right knee. So again, another knee injury. And then now I'm 30, my knees are basically shot. They're done, and they could go at any point. So I could still technically run a bit here and there, but at any point, especially with a sharp change of direction, either one of the knees or both of the knees could break down, just like a car. It could break down at any point. Even the dashboard won't tell you when the car's going to break down. It will tell you when you need to change your oil and shit like that. But in terms of the car completely breaking down, there's only so many signs and symbols that it can show you, my friend. And ultimately, the point I'm making is this, Karl, and everyone else on the panel, big up. For me, Saka should not play at all for the rest of this season. Have your very long overdue and awaited break. Enjoy the rest of the season, but enjoy having a break for the rest of the season and enjoy your summer. Spend time with your family, spend time with your friends, do your thing. Do your thing, rude boy. Do you know what I'm saying? Because people keep telling me and keep telling us, oh, he has great people around him. he's got a fantastic, support network. He probably does. A fair play to the lad. But for me, I knew a couple of people as well, and there's one in particular. I'm not going to name and shame him, but he was another guy that I went to school with, very good at rugby as well. He was another one that definitely could have gone pro, but he kept getting injured every single time. It was multiple injuries. Sometimes it was knee. There was a shoulder at one point. I think he had to have surgery on his shoulder. I think there might have been a hip or something like that. But he kept getting reoccurring injuries. Do you know why he kept getting injured all the time? Because he didn't allow his body to recover. And this was from between the ages of, I'd say, probably 14 to 18. And then continuing on till, like, to this day-ish. And I'm not even sure if he plays rugby anymore. Still, I doubt it. I don't. And I'm 30, bruv, as you guys all know now. So if you keep putting your body under strain, I don't care how much you wanted to play. You think when I was 12 years old, 13, 14 years old, the odd injuries, the odd niggles here and there. I've missed games, I've missed, weeks, I've missed the odd month or two here and there. Like, you think I didn't want to be out there playing, training? Of course I did. But that's not the point. The point is you have to allow your body to rest, because you don't want to, big up AFC as well, you don't want to end up like me when you're 30 and you got to look elsewhere, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Where there is basically no chance of me becoming a professional in any team sport. No football, no rugby, no cricket. Well, I've never really been into cricket, but you get what I'm saying. Mike, I went for the pro path and it didn't work out. And there's a lot of people that it hasn't worked out for in football, in rugby, in other sports, even the individual ones like cycling. Like, shit happens, innit? But always give yourself, and I want the people to learn and understand what I'm saying right now. Always give your body the chance to recover. As much as you want to get out there, as much as you want to be active, I hear that. But don't allow your body to break down by the time you're 30 years old, bruv. That is exactly, even to 35 and 40, bruv, trust me. You do not want to be that guy. You do not want to be that guy. And trust me, Saka will be finished and will be worse off than Michael Owen. Point blank, period. That is the path he's going down. And Arteta, Lego head, the coward that he is, bruv, will destroy him, as he's destroyed other players' careers. Because, he's very amateurish. I've known plenty of coaches in my time at school and, even the odd other rugby coaches, as an example for myself, where they thought they were a lot better than they were. They were bang average, and they saw certain injuries here and there, just like, nah, just run it off, play on, you'll be fine. They turned out to be more serious. And if it wasn't, and I'm glad you pointed out the physiotherapy, innit? I see that as the last line of defense, right?
Yeah,
if it wasn't for my physiotherapist at the time, because he doesn't do it anymore, and he's a legend in the game, bro. He ain't just any physiotherapist. He's worked with countless athletes over the years, like 30, 40 plus year career. I would not have even lasted as long as I did, which wasn't that long. Do you know what I'm saying? Because from the ages of 18 to 30, I think I only ever played like 1 or 2 games, rugby-wise. And footy, I played a bit more footy here and there, but again, nothing major. So it just goes to show, if you have great people around you and one that has a supreme expert opinion, if you can find the best physiotherapist, I know they cost a lot, but if you know someone that knows someone that knows someone, and they could put a word in or whatever, expert opinions do matter. And the number one in that regard is the physiotherapist. And my physiotherapist saved me from probably, well, I wouldn't go as far as say being a cripple, but I would be a lot worse off now than I would have been if I hadn't allowed my body to rest, if I didn't take his advice, no matter how much it hurt me. Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas with Saka, and remember, Saka's on like fucking, he's on 200 grand a week. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if I had made it, I wouldn't have been on anywhere near that money anyway, if I was in his position, at least to start with. So either way, it's just, I could see it turning very sour and very left hella quick. And it's sad. I sound sad because it is. We can see what's going on. We can see exactly what's going on, man. You know, and I hope someone in his corner, whether it's his family, mum, dad, whatever, one of the physiotherapists, one of the, like, you know, the private specialists and all of that, just have a word in his ear and just be like, look, I don't care what Arteta says. You're star boy, you know, England seasoned international, regular at Arsenal Football Club. Just leave the season out. Leave it out. Even if Arsenal somehow do get past Real Madrid and all of that, leave it out. Next year you'll be better. Next year you'll be stronger. You'll allow yourself to recover. And you can easily have 10 years. 10 years to win another Premier League title. 10 years to win a Champions League. You know, like why risk it all in one season? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, how old is Saka? Like, what, 23, 24?
He's 23, yeah.
Yeah, he's 23. If he looks after himself right now, he's definitely got 10 more years in him. And if he looks after himself well enough, you can add another 5 on to that. Why risk your career right now at that point just to go for the, you know, the Hail Mary attempt to win a Champions League when that's all we can win realistically? And that's the hardest competition, as I've mentioned before. It's not worth it, man. It's like a virgin going for a 10 out of 10, bruv. And like that's literally the last option in your mind that you can go for. But when really and truly, you know, she's a fucking bitch and you just need to leave that shit alone. That's what Saka needs to do, mate. I don't care how fine she looks. Leave that bitch alone. Leave her alone, man. Leave her alone. That's all you got to do, man. Do you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I know I've rambled on enough, but that's just my piece, isn't it? So yeah,
it's probably best what I said was muted on my cam. To be fair,
Yeah, it should have been.
You know, it was female related. You know where I go with that.
Yeah. I hear it. The mute button saved you. The mute button saved you, mate. Saved by the bell, isn't it? Saved by the bell and that.
Let's get line text in here. It's your debut on here. Big up, bro. Hope you are good.
Big up, man.
What's your situation on the Saka thing? I'll also throw a question out to you because Joseph Connor has put this out there. Question to the panel: what would Top Gooners say if Forest or Palace won the FA Cup and nothing for Arteta? So I'll throw that one to you, line text.
Yeah. First of all, thank you for having me on the show, my bro. And big up to the panel as well. This Lego head idiot guy, bro. I can't stand that guy, man. I swear to God. Like, there's literally no excuses if Forest or Palace win the league, win the FA Cup. There's no excuses. They'll find some though, because these Top Gooners are very creative with their excuses. Like every season, there's always a new excuse. There's always some bullshit, bro. Like it's always something, bro. Like, there's no excuses, bro. Like, literally, I'm gonna be in the mud if Palace wins here because I've been one of the few people that used to get onto Eddie and Ketty. I used to call him Axel Foley, innit? And like, that's gonna come back to haunt me. I just have a feeling, bro. Like, that's gonna come back to haunt me, bro. But it's mad though. But in terms of the Saka thing, like, I've been saying it for time. Like, I would not play him for the rest of the season because when you think about it, yeah, he's got like what, a grade 3 hamstring tear.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a massive injury. Like, that's the same injury Michael Owen had back in the days.
Yep.
And look
same
how
as Hazard, Reece James, numerous times.
Exactly. Yeah, they all suffered from it. And like, look at Michael Owen's career afterwards. Like, he wasn't that same player because everyone remembers how Michael Owen was before that injury. Electric, pace, finishing. He had everything. And then he just got struck down, man, because they overplayed him, like didn't rest him when they needed to rest him, didn't give him a competition for strikers at the time because he was like the main striker. Because obviously at that time they got rid of Robbie Fowler and they only had him and Heskey, so they had to overplay him. And this is how Saka's going down the same road because this manager, yeah, he loves Saka. That's one thing I say. He loves that guy, bro. Like, he gets a hard on for him. Pause. You know what I mean? Because like every time, yeah, he had Saka in the squad, he would always play him, even in games that are irrelevant, like the Carabao Cup games where we're winning. Like, you're still playing him. Why are you playing him for? You know what I mean? I'm sitting there watching his games thinking, like, why is he playing? Like these meaningless games he's playing, yeah. And I'm not even surprised he got injured because it was only a matter of time before he did with the amount of games he was playing. Like he was playing all the games for Arsenal, then he was playing for England. He weren't getting really no rest in the summer or nothing like that. He's just getting overplayed in that, fam. You know what I mean? So like, it's no surprise, man. And I've always said like this manager's a player killer. You know what I mean? I used to call him like Arteta Numpsy, like from the Golden Child. You know what I mean? Because he's just killing off the players one by one. He's done it to Jesus. Like, how many players is he gonna do it to before like people get it into their heads? Like, he just can't coach. He's not a good coach. He's not a good manager. I never wanted him in the first place. I still don't understand why he's still here, but it is what it is. The season for me is done. Because when we get clotted by Real Madrid, yeah, what's anyone gonna say then? Nothing. You know what I mean? So I just had enough, bro. Like, I've mentally checked out of this season, bro. That's the only game I'm looking forward to is the Real Madrid game. And that's only because like there's something on the line. That's about it, bro. But the rest of it is it's a joke, bro. Like, I'm just sick of this season. I'm just sick of this manager. I just want him gone, bro. Just want him gone.
I think we all want him gone, mate. But unfortunately, the fact remains that if he is going to be here next season or not, I think the way it just kind of looks right now that he is going to be sticking around for the next season, unless Berta completely and utterly completely wrecks havoc as soon as he walks in there. Because he's going to first look at the books and he's going to see the absolute shit show. I mean, Aaron's already done a financial statement already on his channel, like well over like 5 weeks ago now, 5 or 6 weeks ago now, and it's absolutely damning. You know,
just quickly, Karl, on that point.
Go on.
2.0 is not far away from being finished.
Ooh, interesting. That'd be good.
Can't wait.
Yeah, that'll be quality. That'll be quality. Lawrence, we'll move over to you, mate. What's your take? What's your take on this regarding of Saka and that? I mean, me and that stuff giving you two perfectly good examples, and everybody else on the power is just saying, "Yeah, this is just ice him, just ice him, save his career."
Yeah. Well, good afternoon, everyone.
Big up, Lawrence.
Big up.
Yeah. As I said on Aaron's show yesterday, it's a case of damned if we do and damned if we don't. You know, it's just down to Arteta that we're in this situation. I mean, personally, I think we've got to give him some game time over the next two games. I'm not saying play him for 90 minutes, but bring him on with maybe 10 minutes left or 5 minutes left of the Fulham and Everton games, just to test his hamstring out and make sure it's okay. Because basically we can't afford to be without him, you know. And it's a shame, you know, because we've got no cover for this guy. And it all comes back to, excuse me, this all comes back to the summer transfer window last season when we didn't bring any cover in for any of the players that we needed. You know, this club struggled to get 2 signings over the line throughout the summer, while every other Premier League side had all their ducks lined up in a row, and they were signing every Tom, Dick and Harry that was available out there. And you can see by the league table where those teams are as compared to us. And I'm telling everyone, I mean, people don't want to hear this, we're not going to finish second. I can see Liverpool having a bad patch, and we're going to fucking balls it up so much that Forest are going to overtake us. Man City will catch up with us. We may even struggle to finish 4th or 5th because of this fucking, excuse my language, sorry, because of this clown of a manager has run these players into the ground because of his ego. Yeah. And I don't know why people on this panel call these supporters top gooners, because to me they're just ostriches. They're deluded. What does an ostrich do? It buries its head underneath the sand when there's negativity around. They refuse to answer questions. I think it was Nigel Pearson He called the media when he was manager of Leicester. He called them ostriches. And that's what these deluded gooners in our fan base are. They wear their Arteta tinted specs, and as soon as things go south, they stick their heads underneath the ground until they get better. You know, like we get a win, and then they come out from underneath the sand and think everything is great because we've got Super Mick Arteta, and he knows exactly what we need. And I hate to use this terminology because I know it will offend people, and I apologise if it does. But Mikel Arteta is the cancer that's killing Arsenal Football Club. And until this clown is kicked out, it's going to be the same old crap season in, season out. I can tell you what's going to happen during next summer as well. We're going to struggle to bring in these signings. I know we're linked with all these strikers, but I just don't have any confidence in this manager, in this PR team. I'm not even sure about this guy Berta, whether he's going to turn things around for us. And I hate to be a doom and gloom merchant because I've been supporting this club for 57 years, and I've seen the bad as well as the good in that time. I remember when the club almost got relegated 2 seasons running in the mid-70s. And at least the manager at the time, Bertie Mee, realised he couldn't take the team any further. And he was big enough to hand in his resignation and step down. And this is what this manager should do. But he can't because he's so stuck in his ways because he thinks he's bigger than the club itself.
Yeah, not only that, Lawrence, like the fact of the matter is, like, we've already seen a glimpse of us being, you know, in relegation positions. Like, I remember when he took us down to 15th, like in his first full season, I believe, or his second full season. We were bottom at one point at the start of the season. And I don't care if it was at the start of the season and Tottenham were top. That's never happened in our entire history. That's a sackable offence in my book.
I know.
Period.
We lost our first 3 or 4 games and we hadn't even scored a goal.
Yeah, not even one.
And like Man City 5-0
period as well.
Yeah, it's a joke. Like what?
He should have gone then. He should have been sacked then.
Yeah, what are these people waiting for? Like, I don't understand this, man. Like, is it really got to the point where we got to go back down there again? Because next season, you know, like I'm a little bit more optimistic, you know, only because of Berta. But I'm just being real with you guys. If it wasn't for Berta, I'd be completely on board with what Lawrence is saying, where it's just like the only way is down. I do believe that after we face Real Madrid, because we ain't getting through, you know, whether these Rudigers and Mbappes or whatever are supposedly meant to be banned or not or whatever, I don't think it's going to make much difference because most of our players will crap their pants, especially when they get to the Bernabeu, bro. And Saliba will take a little detour to the like Real Madrid changing room and all of that. You know, what is it? Mbappe, or maybe not Mbappe, but Tchouaméni, Camavinga more so, like, will give him the guided tour of the 15 Champions Leagues, bruv, and all of that. And just like, look, you can be here. You could be here with us like next season or the season after that. Do you know what I'm saying? So this season for me is done. But at the same time, like this manager, bruv, this fraudulent wet wipe of a manager, like, the guy's got no Scooby fucking do, excuse my lingo, like what to do. Like, the guy ain't even coaching. See, before you could argue, oh, he's a good coach, but not a great manager with his in-game tactics and, you know, his personnel changes, you know, in-game management, whatever. There's no argument now. It's done. It's over. And I thought that the Havertz signing would be the straw that finally breaks the camel's back, but it might actually be him playing Saka and running him into the ground. That might actually do it, because then what are these top gooners going to say? Because they lord up these players and Saka's pretty much number one on everyone's list. Like, they know that we need him. I know that we need him at this moment in time, but, you know, at the end of the day, like, if he's not fit and he can't perform week in, week out, he don't get the GA, then what's the point? It's like we're flogging a dead horse, mate. Like, you know, I just don't want
Schooners will blame they'll blame the doctors. That's it. They'll blame the medical team, and they'll say,
yeah,
"Oh, they
blame
should have told
everyone but
Arteta."
themselves. No accountability, bruv. That's what it is.
They'll blame the medical team, and you like I'm telling you, if you have a tyrant of a cult leader boss like him that's on 15 million a year, that medical team are petrified of him. They'll tell him what he wants to fucking hear. You know, because they'll be out on their ear.
He is an amateur.
They'll be out on their ear if they don't tell him what he wants to hear. They'll be out the door, and because no one even knows their name, you know, they'll be gone. It's not like back in the day when you had Gary Lewin and these lads that, you know, they had a real say in the team. Gary Lewin had a personality. He was known. He was the England physio. I'm sure he would step in and go, "Listen, you Lego-haired gimp, get the fuck out of my office. This is my job now. You know, this isn't your fucking job. I don't come in and tell you how to have a fucking ridiculous hairline." You know what I mean? So he'll blame the medical. Go on.
Name me any other business that would keep somebody in a managerial position for 5 years when he's failed to do the job he's paid to do.
Yeah.
Well, I can give you a name, but I can give you a name, but it's in a different sport. His name, I think it was something Lewis. He was the head coach of the Cincinnati Bengals. He stayed there for 16 years and didn't win a single playoff game.
Whoa. Did he win any trophies, Karl? Did he win a single trophy?
He won the division once in 16 attempts, which is basically the lowest.
But he would have got into the playoffs more than that, though, yeah.
He did win a single playoff game.
But Karl, he didn't mention it in a post-match interview like what this clown did when he said, he won a couple of community shields as well. Why didn't he mention Why didn't he mention the Emirates Cup wins?
We were saying that today, Lawrence. We were saying that today on another call. He'll start calling them trophies soon. He will.
Hang on, guys. Karl Walsh Gunn's in the building. Big up, mate. Hope you're good. The link is now pinned in the chat. So if you want to have your say and come on, you're more than welcome to, buddy. More than welcome to. Go on, continue, guys.
Just quickly, it's also worth saying that Wenger didn't win it in his last 14 years as Arsenal manager. The league
didn't win.
But he did win. But he did win FA Cups, which kind
trophies, but not
prolonged his career. I mean, my own personal opinion, he should have been binned after that shit show against Birmingham in 2011 in the League Cup final. That was when he should have gone. But he should have got out on his own sword, or he won the FA Cup in 2014.
He had 3 opportunities to do that. He didn't do it. Didn't do it.
2014 would have been perfect because guess who was waiting in the wings? Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp.
I reckon he would have.
That's where we differ. I was always Wenger in.
I
reckon he would have been gone had we lost that game against Hull City. Had we lost that final,
we nearly did.
2-0 down.
I'll tell you what,
if we were 2-0 down, I was ready to kick someone's head off in the pub where I was watching that. I was like, what?
I think Wenger gets a hard rap for his second half of his time with Arsenal. I think he gets a hard rap for it. I genuinely do. The ins and outs of that God, they run a lot deeper than what people thought. You know, when they got the loan for the Emirates, the bank would not sign it over unless Wenger agreed to stay for 5 years. Yeah. They wouldn't sign it over unless he agreed to stay for 5 years.
But that only brings him to 2011, Shane, though.
Yeah, I know, but they were still paying money. You think back to the play. Remember that summer he had to sell Nasri, Fabregas, and was it Clichy all in the same summer?
Yeah.
I mean, he was getting the rug pulled out from underneath him all the time. And people go on about, he was only getting top 4. He was only getting top 4. That's all Arteta's doing, but he was getting FA Cups as well. Imagine if he had got the money, or if Emery had got the money that Arteta got.
I get that. I totally get the angle that you're coming from, and I do agree with you 100%, Shane, that he does get hard rap for some of that time. But also, there's a lot of time where he was blatantly and clearly sticking up for the Kroenkes over what he should have done, and that I can't forgive him for some of them little bits. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's look, he allowed himself to become a puppet for the owners, and it went against a lot of things. You know, he didn't spend money where he could have done. There was money there.
Anthony came out and spoke about the Tottenham owners. How did that work out for him?
To get into the Champions
yeah.
League, to get into the Champions League,
Yeah, but
it was like
they'd got another
25 million pounds. It was 25 million pounds to qualify for the Champions League at that time, from like 06 to probably 2014. Let's just say when we won the FA Cup, like the end of the 9-year trophy drought and all that.
Yeah.
And the stadium was on like a 20 million pound mortgage from 06, and it would have ended if it carried on until I think it was 2031 or something like that. The Cronkies paid that off in 2019, I believe. They paid off the stadium debt. But just like any house that you buy, if you're on a mortgage thing, as long as you keep the payments up, you can still keep your yards. Do you know what I'm saying? So we could still keep the stadium and everything else, the Fly Emirates, all these other sponsorships, the TV money, etc. The point I'm making is we didn't have to sell the players that we did. Wenger was a huge part of that problem. He lied. All the Nasris, the Adebayors, the fucking Clichés, all them players, the Fabregases. It didn't have to be that way.
I think to some degree he had to sell some of them, which is why I'm sort of 50-50 in what you're saying, because I do agree with Shane. I think he was pushed in the fact that, he did have to sell some of the players. I can't argue with Shane on that. But what I also will agree with you on their Napster is they didn't have to sell Robin van Persie to Manchester United for 24 million when they received 16 million bid from Juventus. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that is, how could Wenger sign off on that? Like,
but he should have managed to score better, bro.
If anything, that clearly proves that Wenger was. There was no way that's definitely a club decision then to take more money.
Yeah, but also there was no ambition. Do you know what I mean? There was no ambition, and Wenger was given money to spend, and also Wenger spent it horrifically. That's towards the end of it. We had that summer in 2016, and he spent nearly 100 million on Granit Xhaka, for crying out loud. 17 million on Lucas Perez and 35 million on Mustafi. You can't blame the board for that. You just can't.
He also signed Aubameyang,
he can't. That's towards the end of it. Well, it's just all Hail Mary, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Wenger could have spent exactly what he wanted, and he did, but he chose not to in a lot of cases. There were times we could have got Griezmann. There were times that there was one point in time where we were linked with Higuain.
Could have got Kante for the same amount of dough. We could have got Mahrez to give us
the list goes on and on.
Well,
and
do you know
on,
what he brags now? He brags was like, do you know what, Nathan? This is a fact about Wenger, yeah? He literally said to someone before he made his move to France, where Leicester picked him up, he was like, yeah, trust me, you want to go and sign this geezer Kante, he's unbelievable. I'm like, why didn't you sign him for Arsenal? It was 100 grand. Like, what are we doing here? Like, the first part...
He admitted that was one transfer he missed out on him. He tried to sign him off Leicester. He tried to sign him.
Yeah, I'm on about before, Shane. Before. He
Well, the managers have done that too. When they don't have a place for him at the time, they'll,
But they also chose Granit Xhaka over him. Like what?
Arsene,
craziness. Like,
Arsene Wenger.
I fine with the Wenger thing, but you've also got to appreciate that he made towards the start of it. Sometimes he did have his handcuffs, but he made a lot of fucking mistakes at Arsenal's detriment. And do you know what I mean? Like,
Arsene Wenger,
he can't be denied as faultless, man.
Arsene Wenger should have been licking Kieran Gibbs's ass for saving that shot on the line against Hull City. Because if we had gone 3-0 down, there was no way we were going to get back in it.
Yeah, there's no way we're returning from that one.
Yeah. That would have been madness. And then Santi Cazorla with that free kick. Go on, boy.
Yeah.
Koscielny with that little scrappy goal, and then there we go. Do you know what I always say to people? That not Sonogo, because he's hilarious. He's terrible, wasn't he? But he actually made that nice little pass to
one of the worst footballers I've ever watched in my life.
Yeah, so he's actually involved in that. And I always sort of think, it's easy to bash old Kimi Kallstrom as well, but he actually scored a penalty in the semi-finals against Wigan. So it's quite funny that these absolute shit players
with the broken back, isn't it? The geezer with broken back.
Yeah,
bloody hell.
Yeah, remember that Japanese player we signed, but he couldn't get a work visa.
What one? Miyachi? Park Ji-sung.
We signed him at the same time as Rob Holding.
Yeah.
Asano.
Takuma Asano.
He couldn't get a work
Takuma Asano.
All of that, mate.
He never played for us because he couldn't get a work permit.
Yeah. Here he is.
The governor's just arrived into the building.
The Godfather has.
Doc
entered the
Gov, how you doing,
building.
sir?
Bring up Jez.
All good, all good, all good. I think
Yeah.
the only reason I've joined in is to there's a couple of things that not quite correct in what the Cronkies did with the purchase of the Emirates Stadium was quite clever. During COVID, the government were offering interest-free loans. So what they did was they actually said, okay, we'll borrow the money off the government interest-free for a year. So they borrowed the money, they paid off the Bank of Scotland and Barclays Bank all of the mortgage for no interest, because we were paying, well, we weren't, but the club were, 16% per annum on that loan. So what they said was, oh, we can get it interest free from the government. A lot of businesses did that. And it's very clever business. You can't deny it. Because they said, well, we don't want to splash our own money out. So we'll borrow it off the government, interest free, pay off the debt off the banks, and then when it comes back, we can pay it back interest free. It's very clever business. As a businessman, you'd look at that and say, oh, fucking hell, brilliant, thank you very much. You can't argue with that. You cannot argue with that, because at the end of the day, you're borrowing money for fuck all. I mean, nowadays you can go get a bank loan at what, 1.5%, 2%, whatever. So the Cronkies were very clever at that, and that is because they've got borrowing power. I mean, none of us here can go out and borrow £300 million, right? Because we don't have the assets or the attributes to do that. But they did that, and they saved Arsenal. Let's put it right. They saved Arsenal a lot of money. Because Arsenal Limited own the Emirates Stadium. Now, next week, gentlemen, the accounts for Arsenal Football Club are released. And you can go to Company's House. Yep. It's free. You can go and research everything, income, outcome, on all of their assets. Go and have a look. I throw to you. Go and have a look. It's free. Go on to the Company's House website .gov.uk, and you'll see exactly what is going on with Arsenal's money, if you want to put it that way. And you can break it down and see it and everything. And I think you'll be quite surprised how much money Arsenal actually make a year. You'll be very surprised.
Well, do you reckon it'll be a profit, or do you reckon it'll be a loss?
It's massive profit, man.
Mm.
I've already seen an insight into it.
Huge. Yeah.
I've already seen an insight into it through somebody I will not mention, right? Because he's an accountant, a big accountant for one of the firms. I've got to be careful what I say here. He's one of the people that deals. He's one of the members. I mean, he's one of the people that deals with the accounts of Arsenal Football Club. Right? You'll be very surprised how much money they've made.
Yeah. Jez, I won't be, mate. Do you know why? Because I know within the last 2 years, they've renewed a mega multi-million-pound Adidas deal. They've also renewed a mega multi-million-pound Fly Emirates deal. Same again with the Visit Rwanda. Same again with the training ground they sold to Sober Realty. Same again with the 20+ merchandises that they sold. Same again with the 3% lower tier and 6% upper tier increase. And again, this season with the prior season increase. On the numerous deals that they do, the fact that they made a profit in the summer transfer window, I'm not surprised that they're making mega millions. The fact that Arsenal was sitting there thinking, oh, why did we only spend this amount of money? Arsenal are mega rich football club.
I'll throw this one.
They're a mega rich.
I'll throw this one out to you. I'll throw this one out to you. Right. Shane, how much, this is, look, how much millions do you reckon Arsenal have made in this last financial year? Profit.
Me?
Profit. Yeah, Shane, just put it out there. How much profit?
That has to be in the triple figure millions. 100 million?
Yeah, I think it's over 100 million.
All right. Okay, fair enough. Aaron, how much you reckon?
Yeah, I'm sure it's somewhere sort of between 120 and 160. I'm sure it's something like that. I may be wrong, but
million.
Yeah. 100. Obviously, I'm talking about 120, 100. Yeah.
Right.
I'm sure it's there or thereabouts.
160 million. Right.
Just in the annual year we're talking about. Yeah.
Last financial year.
Yeah. I haven't double checked it, but
gross profit after tax.
Yeah, I wouldn't have looked into all of that, but yeah.
Don't forget, this business gets taxed at 60%, right?
Because of the amount they're coming in, obviously, yeah.
Business tax, right? Business tax, right? Lawrence, how much do you reckon Arsenal have made in the last? And I've got an inside road of this, and you can go and look at this on the 4th of April. Lawrence, how much do you reckon in millions, hundreds of millions? How much do you reckon?
I'm not good with figures, but I'll say 200.
200 million. 200 million pounds.
Yeah.
Right. Leon Tex, how much you reckon they've made?
Probably 170, 180. Right,
that's millions of pounds profit after tax, yeah? Okay, fair enough. Right. Nomps, how much, mate? Go on, go for it.
For me, I would say 185 million pounds.
185 million pounds in profit after tax.
For that year. The
last financial year.
Yeah, last financial year, yeah.
Last financial year. Gentlemen, you'll be surprised at this. Inside track is 600 million pounds.
Holy shit.
After tax. That will be posted close to that, 4th of April. 6, and I've got an inside track up on this. Right.
So I was the closest.
100 million pounds, because that is not from when you break it all down, right? This is from season tickets after tax, profit sales, right, on what is sold in the club, not just in the club, but outside of the club, worldwide, right? You always have to look at the fact of what they're doing. They don't earn a lot of money from inside the ground in the concourse of beers and all that. It's all the marketing that goes on around the world. Go and have a look. 4th of April, 5th of April, you will see it all. I honestly, go and look. It's free. Go to the gov.co.uk. Go to Company's House website, and you can break it all down yourselves. It is complicated, right? If you're not new to it, go and break it all down, because you will see how much money this club is going to make.
So I was the closest, Jez.
£600 million.
I mean, I was just said around about. I think someone said something along the lines of 340, 350. I was going to say, but the fact you're saying it's 600 million, that just it's just absolutely bonkers on how this club is.
The thing is, you got to bring into that, Karl, right? Profits and sales, right, from it, revenue incoming from like Champions League, 185 million. Oh,
that's where I got that from.
Yeah, you've got to bring that into it. All these things come into the equation. Deduct the tax out of it. 185 million from the European League is not taxable. So it's pure profit.
Yeah. That could go back to the club, but I wonder if that's going. But I take it that's going straight in the Kroenke's back pocket.
No.
Okay.
Right. This is the thing, right? This is the stupid thing that people say. The Kroenkes don't take soft loans out of the club because it is completely and obvious in the accounts. The Kroenkes have never taken soft loans out of the company. And this is what winds me up. I'm not a Kroenke fan. I'm not. But you have to be honest. When you look at the accounts of the club, they've never taken money out of the club. All they've done is invest. And they've invested to pay off. The biggest investment they've ever done is to pay off the loan, right? Because they were very clever. During COVID, they took out a loan, on Arsenal's grounds to stop paying any interest. And then they said, oh, we'll pay it off then. So they paid it off. Arsenal FC United, there's a limited company, right? Arsenal FC United, and you can fuck off, boy, mate. Shut up.
I think he's just querying you about the 600 million. That's all.
I know the facts. I know I've got inside information, Bally. Go and look yourself. Don't question me. Go and look yourself on the 4th of April, and you'll see all the facts. Right? I ran my own business. I know the inroads. I know how it works. All right, fella. So go away. Go to sleep. Because at the end of the day, all he's going to do, right, they did a very clever bit of business. Because they said, right, we'll take that government loan for fuck all, and we're not going to pay interest for 12 months. And they paid it off and said, thank you very much. And now we're paying you off. Interest free. Thank you. Hello. Work it out. I had this debate with Lee when it was going on. And he went, Jez, I never realised how that works. I said, well, it does work that way. That's how it works. Because at the end of the day, go on.
Yeah, so Jez, what do I win? Because I was the closest.
Cup of tea, mate.
Cup of tea.
I knew it'd be a big number, but I didn't think it would be that much. Even with all the variables that you mentioned, Jez, I thought, obviously, like with the business, there's business tax, and I'm sure there's probably other tax involved in that as well. But yeah,
go and look at that. Right, tell you what, tonight, right, go and look last year at Arsenal's profits for last year. Go and have a look.
It'll still be on Company's House from last year.
450 million.
Shit.
This club, man. This club is.
I knew we were loaded, but I didn't think it was that much, and that's why Arteta could spend what he spent. It makes sense now. If you just break it down as simply as that, it's no wonder he's nearly spent. Like if he spends 300 mil this summer, it'll be $1 billion. But now with this, us knowing this and others in the chat, and I'm definitely going to take a look at all the books,
it's
later.
It's
like
free, man. Just go
it makes all the sense. It makes so much sense why Arteta has spent so much, and the Kroenkes are just like, yeah, no problem. We got the money. Do you know what I'm saying? It all makes sense, and it'll be there for us all to see. on the 4th of April, which I believe is a Friday. And then obviously, you know, you can check out previous accounts as well, like you were saying, Jez. So, yeah.
If you go in there, right, I honestly, go and have a look yourself. Go and have a look. It is broken down into reserve accounts, profit and sustainability, in the way they have to move their money around, right? And you look at the purchases, sold, income on so many different things, the taxes. It is complicated. It is complicated. But if you spend a bit of time looking at it, it works out, because yes, they can't spend £600 million on players because there's restrictions on what you can buy and what you can sell. But there is very interesting information on what they did, right, on profit and loss of players, because at the end of the day, you can only sell so many players at a loss. And what's Arsenal's done, Aaron had it all, and he got it all. He had it all there.
Yep.
The losses, right? So when you go and look in those accounts from the last 2 years, you'll see it all, man. Just go and have a look yourself. Don't believe me. Don't believe me. Go and have a look yourself. It's all there.
No, listen, Jez, I believe you, mate. I believe you. Look, you was on stream having a debate with Mark in the North Bank pod regarding of these finances, and I was looking at Company's House while you was actually, you know, breaking this down and so on. And you're absolutely spot on. Not sure if I'm going to do a stream on my birthday for it, but I will look at it in my own detail because I think that would be one of the most boringest streams in the world. But it would actually make our eyes open up to what's going on behind the scenes, and it's just absolutely mental.
It's your birthday, the 4th of April, mate.
No, my birthday's on the 6th. It's on the Sunday, so.
Right. I'm just going to say it'd be 3 years. Ironically, fucking hell, 3 years. The 4th of April, I've been doing this bloody stupid show that I've got. You know,
it's not a stupid show, man. It's a very fucking excellent educational show. To just get that out there, Jez. I'll disagree with you all day and twice on a Sunday with that.
Yeah, Jez, actually, what I have you here, because I just want to, I printed something out yesterday. It's for everybody, right? It's got nothing to do with what we're talking about, I know, but I was watching something on YouTube the other day. It was Ajax's road to the Champions League. They won it in '95, right? Remember they won it with Van Gaal was manager and all that. And I was looking at the players. I remember watching them when I was young, going, "Oh yeah, they have a great squad." But I looked up the squad just to see how good it was. And you have to remember that they only signed a few players. Most of them came through the U team. And I'm just going to read out the squad. It'll take a minute here. Just wait till you hear the fucking players that Ajax had in '95, right?
I know a few of them.
Edwin van der Sar, Danny Blind, Winston Bogarde, Frank de Boer, Michael Reisiger, Ronald de Boer, Edgar Davids, Frank Rijkaard, Clarence Seedorf, Vanidi George, Jari Litmanen, Mark Overmars, Nwankwo Kanu, Patrick Kluivert. What a fucking team, man.
What a team.
Yeah. Unbelievable. And most of them came through the youth team. Unbelievable. I couldn't believe it when I was reading it. What a fucking team. Like, loads of them went on just to be absolute superstars. Unbelievable. What a youth team, man. That has to be one of the best group of people to come through the youth team in history.
I think probably one of the least quality players in there was Reisinger, and I think he even played for Barcelona at one stage.
He did,
yeah, he did. Yeah, I think that was like either late 90s or early 90s. I think more late 90s that Reisinger played for him. Yeah, it's madness.
He played for Middlesbrough, didn't he, Reisiger?
Did he go there?
He did one stage. I think he was at Chelsea as well.
I didn't realise,
yeah.
I didn't realise he went Middlesbrough. Yeah, no, fair dues. But that is a team, man. That is
unbelievable.
Yeah, that's a team. I knew when you were saying the Ajax 95, I knew there was obviously going to be a few names in there, like the veterans. Obviously, you're right. You know what I mean? All of that, Edgar Davids and all of that, you know, and of course, Overmars, yeah, a couple of them. What a team, isn't it? It's nice to sort of be reminded by that, man, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? The quality that Ajax team had. Like, wow. Like literally, wow. And it's Seedorf and all that. What are we doing there?
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, I want to transition to this, okay? So I know this has been doing the rounds. I like to also just start this message. I put this out. On this dating game rubbish, do top gooners who are getting excited about it knows it's not a chance for them to date the players and manager they fancy. Sorry to break it to you, mutants. It transitions well to this absolute abomination that's been going around on social media regarding of this flipping this dating Ponzi scheme, whatever the hell it is, Arsenal Tinder, whatever the hell it's called nowadays. I don't know.
You just hope they don't use the word arse in the dating thing, wouldn't you? Really? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Otherwise,
you'd
it'd
have
be a
to
little bit,
configure something else on that.
little bit funky, wouldn't it?
Yeah, this has got to be one of the worst schemes I've ever seen in my life. As if this football club couldn't get any more worse, couldn't get any more embarrassing. It gets resulted to this. I have never seen anything so cringy in all my life. And I'll be honest with you, I have been on dating apps before, and at least they were somewhat coherent. This is just a joke. A complete and utter joke. Aaron, we went on a bit of detail about this yet on I think it was on your channel while in the week. It's just absolutely cringy and it's just disgraceful. I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah, but listen, like if there's going to be a team to do it, you knew it was going to be Arsenal, man. Like it's just almost like onion, isn't it? Just makes your eyes cry. It's just ridiculous, man. Like things like this, when you look at it and you think, yeah, Arsenal, they're all this classy club, and now they're like Love Island and all that. Like what we're doing here just makes your skin crawl, doesn't it? How is this classy? If anyone, and I'm more sort of looking at the older heads in this panel there, like the likes of a Jezza and then the Lawrence, you know what I mean? And I'm sitting there thinking, does this resemble class to you? Because you lot sing classy Arsenal. I've seen some of it. You lot sing classy Arsenal. Is the dating app classy to you boys? Like it just ain't, is it? Like I don't think this is classy. I think this is shambles. I think it's desperate. I think it's cringe. I think it makes my skin crawl. It's embarrassing, vulgar, pathetic, sad, wild, desperate, ridiculous. I mean, I can go on with the superlatives of skin crawliness. It's just horrendous, isn't it? What we doing here? Like, maybe it's just that they're just trying to see if they can crack a market or they're trying to do something. But listen, Jez has just told you you've earned 600 million this year. What are you trying to do a dating app for? What do you need to do that for? Why do you need to make yourselves look so ridiculous for that? You already got a couple of nice free pennies in your pocket, ain't you? Do you know what I mean? Why do you have to do these sort of things? Like, there's no way, like, that they sit there and they just think, like, about proper fans and they just think, like, they're going to turn you into an absolute laughing stock. Like, do they think that other fans and other clubs around there are going to go, wow, Arsenal just broke the mould here, man. Wow, look at what they're doing. That's fantastic. Look at them bringing people together. Like, it's just they don't think that. They just think, what a bunch of beep, isn't it? Let's just get it right. It's cringy. It's not classy. This ain't classy. Like, practically, I've been with my missus 11 years, so like, I didn't really do the dating app things. Do you know what I mean? It weren't me. Like, I remember.
No, that's because you're a handsome bastard. That's why it is. So that's why you didn't need to do it.
Well, I mean, Karl, listen, you don't want to make me blush. We can talk afterwards. You know what I mean? It's fine and all that. Let's stop doing all that shit. But now, listen, man. Thank you for the compliment as well. But what I just don't understand is where do we go with this? Like, what do they expect to achieve from this? What's the end goal for this? What's the end goal? Like,
is it actually real though, Aaron? Because I haven't seen.
Someone said to me, there's a particular website. Someone put it up. I can't think what it was bloody called. It's like on a separate website or something like that. Someone put it in my chat yesterday, and I naively didn't click on it. One person said it's on the Arsenal website, but then someone said to me, no, it's not. It's on this website, and Arsenal are doing it. I was naive and not looking.
I don't know. It's not on the Arsenal website.
It's not on the Arsenal website. Look,
I actually went to look last night.
But there's another website, Jez, that someone mentioned.
I'm sorry. it's not on the Arsenal website yet. I honestly think this might be an April's Fool.
It's yeah. I mean, I bloody hope so.
I hope so.
I mean, I hope to absolute God that I don't believe in. No offense to
If it is
anyone
an
who
April
does.
Fool's joke,
I
Lee
hope so.
Gunner went on the. Sorry, go on. Sorry, Aaron.
Oh, Lee Gunner's done it. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a few people, there's a few channels now that have gone on there and had a little look. There's a third party website. I'm sure Shane, you might know information I don't.
No,
So go on, you crack on, my
it's
friend.
just that when Lee Gunner went onto it, it did seem like there was a lot of stuff to fill out. If it was an April Fool's joke, they went to a lot of effort for it, like a lot of effort. He went on the page, for it. So I do fear that it mightn't be an April Fool's. I pray it is.
Not on the Arsenal website.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, it's not on there.
Website.
But it's there was I can't Jez, I really wish I could think what it was called. Someone put in a third party and then loads of people in my chat yesterday was like, yeah, I've seen it. And I'm like, oh, why would everyone say I don't know, Jez, but you're right, it's not on the Arsenal website.
Third party does not mean it's party to Arsenal.
Something to do with that.
That's true.
Maybe I'm choosing my words wrong there. Rather than the
out there, right?
I hope you're right.
Isn't it?
Oh, please, I hope you're
But
right.
Isn't it just typical of the way that this club's being run at the moment? They would possibly think of this idea, don't save the money to use it to bring in a striker. Just throw it at a knockoff version of Love Island. I mean, what next? I mean, we've got several reality shows out here. What's the next one going to be?
It is on the Arsenal website. No, it is on the Arsenal website. I'm looking at it right now. Fact.
What's the next one going to be? An Arsenal version of Big Brother?
Oh God!
Is it going to be an Arsenal version of
I will send you the link in the private chat.
That show fucking crucified my eyes. It really did.
Carl, I will copy and paste the link, and if you want to bring it up on your thing, then you're more than welcome to. Jesus Christ, Jez, I'm sorry, bro. It actually is.
I mean, the three big reality shows out
here for everyone to have a look
at. The three big reality shows out here.
Big match.
The three big reality shows out here are Survivor, Big Brother, and The Amazing Race. So, are we going to get an Arsenal version of those shows?
Oh, good God.
Oh, my God. I wish I hadn't just clicked on that.
This is making my fucking eyes
already.
I mean, the first bit here is just, oh my flipping God.
I've only just found it. I haven't read it. I just thought you're the host. You go through it.
The club's gone, mate. The club's gone. It's been done. It's been done.
All I can say, lads, is Herbert Chapman must be turning in his grave.
Oh, absolutely.
What a joke. The standards of this football club have fallen so far over the last 15 to 20 years. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, just the first paragraph itself is enough to... I don't have a bucket anywhere, so...
That's a dating,
It's not good.
Dating,
Where are you actually getting that from? Where are you getting that?
I put the link. I put the link in the chat, in the private chat, Jez. It's on the Arsenal official website.
Yeah,
the link's in the private chat.
I'd love to say it's not, but I'm looking at it now.
That is actually it is. On Arsenal.com. It is actually on their main one, Jez. This is not a joke.
Unless they're joking with us, and they're not.
I mean, the app might be fake and what they're doing here, but this post is not fake at all. And that's worrying.
So, Aaron, what next? An Arsenal version of Big Brother?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll be the next one.
Oh my God! Like I was just hoping to not see that, and then I saw that, and then wow. Like just and just all your fears just come to that this club that you support is this shallow and low and cringy and desperate and pathetic. That this is how low they're stooping to pour in a couple of quid. They're not
Can
doing
you-
it because
I mean,
they
if
want to
this-
bring people together. They want it because they want a couple more pence.
Wow.
Just
you-
absolute
I mean, if-
disgrace.
Yeah, they don't give a
I
damn
mean-
about bringing people together. No chance.
Also,
No
also
chance.
don't.
I mean, if this is some sick ploy by the Arsenal PR department as an April Fool's Day joke, then they should hang their heads in shame.
That's a sackable offence. Just
Well,
on
the
it.
joke is on
The-
us.
The idea
You know,
itself.
like
'cause-
people are going to be paying this money, so it is probably an April Fool's, but they've made it officially on their website, or they've put it officially on their website, and the joke's on us. Do you know what I'm saying?
I also
So-
clicked on the big match, and it's a real
It's-
thing.
yeah.
So
no, I'm not saying
So-
it's not the real thing, but the point I'm
this
making is the joke is on us.
in-house
Well, everyone-
joke. Like, it's not a joke, bruv. It just ain't. Like, there's way
We're
too
a
much
joke.
detail.
I actually don't believe
Yeah.
this. I actually think this is a piss take because it says
No.
that applications
But what's the end game of the joke, though, Jez?
April the 11th.
Like, what's the end joke of the game of it, though, Jez? Do you know what I mean? What they're gonna do on April Fool's Day? Go, ha, joking. We weren't gonna try and bring you together.
A bit below. So it's only open till April the 12th, 11th at 11:59. If this is a dating website, you don't have a closing date.
No, no, it's
They
not.
might
It's
just- they
it's
might
going to be
just-
like a
It's a TV
like
show.
a show, isn't it?
It's a
It's a
show.
show.
It's a show. So it's
It's a show.
basically
That's for applicants,
It's
Jezza.
an
That's for the applicants.
One show
Can
then.
you actually
One-
fucking can you actually fucking imagine if actually some single woman actually does this, ends up on a blind date with Ty from AFTV?
They're probably going to set that shit up as
Oh,
well.
he's
Trust me,
the best
they will set that shit up.
I think they'll probably be the
Oh,
first one
didn't they
to
do
sign
that
up.
before? I swear they've done that before.
The rest of
That
it.
was on AFTV, I believe.
Yeah. I
yeah,
remember
yeah.
that
It was
one.
on AFTV. Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
seeing that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You haven't read the rest of it, have you?
You
Look at the rest of it and interpret it, right? The Arsenal Football Club Limited Company number intends to make the production and is the data controller for the purpose of casting. This isn't a dating site at all.
It's a show.
No, it's
Yes.
a TV show.
It's a dating show.
That's why the applicants have until
It's
the
not
11th or whatever
a
to
dating site.
apply.
It's
And
a dating site.
Yeah, it's for a
It's a
show.
reality
Jez, to
TV
match
show.
people.
They're making
Oh,
out-
that's the original title, isn't it? The big match.
I'm on the
I wonder how long it took
form
them
now.
to bring
Look,
that one up.
you can click your name on there. You can enter all your stuff in there. I'm
The
literally
details.
I'm looking myself
That's
right
it.
now on the details of how to enter.
They got male, female, non-binary unicorns, of course. Like it's literally there.
it's a PR stunt.
Do you have to use? Do you have to pay
Yeah.
by credit card to join up?
Nah.
Are they asking
You
for a
probably
credit
might,
card?
do you need to be a member? I wonder. Let me scroll down to see if you need to
I
enter a
think
membership
you have to,
number.
I think you have to pay
Oh,
like
yeah.
unicorn tokens or something
Wow.
along those lines if it's anything to do with this.
This is madness, bro.
It's
Yeah,
like-
that
It's in there, of course.
show. For fuck's sake, get it right. It's a dating show.
yeah, that's what
A
we're saying.
dating
Yeah,
Site.
yeah,
I
yeah.
am-
We've established that, didn't we, Jez? To be fair, yeah, we're all looking at this for the very first time ourselves, mate, and launching
I
a
looked at
dating
this the
show.
other day. I looked at this the other day. I said to Lee about it and Kenny, right? This is a dating show.
It don't make it any less fucking cringe, though, does it? Regardless
No,
of
not
whether
at
it's a
all.
dating
take
show
it.
or a fucking
No,
app, Jez. It's the same thing. It's a load of shit.
I agree with you, man. I agree with you. It's bollocks. But
Like either way, whatever it is, the details of whatever it is, we're a fucking football club for crying out loud, man. Do you know what I mean? Like,
how long
Oh,
would somebody else jumps on it? How long would be somebody else jumps on it? This is the ultimate PR show of Arsenal Football Club. Because somebody else, the other clubs will jump on it. Don't you worry about that.
Tottenham will be on this. Man United will be on this one.
man,
I
madness.
keep saying this. I keep saying this, but you couldn't get this in a carry-on movie.
No.
I mean,
Yeah.
one day I'm going to go to the Emirates, and Sid James and Barbara Windsor are going to come out the director's box.
Yeah. Bit late for that, mate. They're dead.
Yeah.
This because I have to shoot off. Sorry, I cut it short. I have to like it.
No worries, Shane, mate. Just
Shane, my
let
brother.
everybody know. Just let everybody
Cheers
know
for
where they can
having
find
me
you.
on, Karl.
Okay, see you, Shane.
Cheers, everybody. Talk to you
Legend,
later, lads.
Shane. Take it easy, brother.
Cheers, boys.
A bit, bro.
Why do I want to reply? I don't know why. I just want to get picked and just be an absolute fucking
on,
Do you
nuisance.
know what you should do? Do you know what you should do?
Just want to be a nuisance.
No, do you know what you should actually do? Just as a prank, and because you are a very loving. Are you engaged or are you still just in a relationship?
I'm not far away from being married, man. Yeah,
Okay,
I
so
call
yeah,
myself
okay.
married because I'm married, man.
Okay,
11
but
years.
so just
Yeah,
as a,
yeah,
just-
basically, wife in it. You got wife in it.
okay,
Yeah.
so just as a prank. Okay, so just as a prank, and because you're a lovely fiance, why don't you ask your other half to do it?
We'll both
Just
do it.
just for shits and giggles, and see where it takes you. Pause.
Yeah, to be fair, I mean, I'll give me another couple of cans of Stella and I'll just apply for it. Fuck it.
I mean, I would do it
Oh, yeah, by the
myself,
way,
man.
babe, I'm going on the dating show on the 11th of April. Sorry.
Carl, I would do
mate.
it, but I'm in the United.
No.
Carl, I'd do it, but I'm in the United States, and it says you've got to be local. You've got to be in the United Kingdom.
Yeah. No, yeah. I just thought it'd be quite fun. You know, I could just imagine because I'd quite enjoy just being a bit of a nuisance. Do you know what I mean? Annoying all their staff because I think it's such a horrendous idea. Do you know what I mean? Just going up there and just being an absolute bastard the whole time. Do you know what I mean? Just, I didn't really want to date anyone anyway, but sorry for wasting all your time.
No, bro.
I mean, there's a section of like, what are you looking for in a partner? They are just like, as long as she's not a mutant, as long as she's I'll take her out, then I'm happy.
As
long as you don't support Spurs, isn't it?
You know, there's so many things you can write down. Not a mutant, you know, I'll take her out, this, that, and the third. She has proper ball knowledge.
Was she born with a vagina? That's the main thing, isn't it? Was she born with that?
That goes without saying.
Do you know what I mean?
That goes without saying, mate. Well, it should do, but I mean, it's 2025, isn't it?
You never know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it is what it is, man.
If hers is bigger than mine, I'm not dating her.
Yeah, can't be doing that, mate.
No. We're going to the Iran next to your missus, just cupping it away because you're a little bit ashamed.
Great banter, guys, from this third-party dating show.
Yeah, it's just as I said, I've been on men and dating apps before, but this is something that this is.
Wouldn't it be?
Yeah, but at least Tinder, you can delete that app. Do you know what I'm saying? Like if you're on the show, that's it. It's there.
Wouldn't it be funny if the theme tune to this show was the actual Big Match theme?
Oh, mate. It probably will be something like that, Lawrence.
It'll be some.
This is what we're saying.
It'll be some zesty tune anyway, man.
Or some song from Brina Carpenter, probably. I don't know.
It'll be something.
Britney Spears at this point. I mean, you know, take your pick.
and do you know, we'll probably be host of it. All our favourite female Arsenal fan, Jess from She Knows Absolutely Fucking Arsenal.
No, mate. I can see it.
I didn't think that would go down too well.
I can see it now, bro. Trust me.
Now you've opened up.
If they offered her that gig, she would take it in a heartbeat, bro.
You reckon she'll be on it?
No. If they offered her to present that gig, you know, like with what's her face that does Love Island, isn't it? Maya Jama, in it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
trust me, if they gave her a bit of brown envelope and all that shit, trust me, she'll take it. A lot of people will take that shit as well.
It will be that bird that does the Champions League coverage out in the States.
Who's that?
Her name's Anita. I can't remember her last name.
Oh, Anita. Oh, I thought you were talking about Kate Scott, innit? Who used to be Kate Abdo.
Abdo. She's hot, man. She is.
She's Man United, Kate Abdo.
Yeah.
No, but there's this other woman who does it as well, and her name is Anita. I think her last name's Jones, and she's a massive Arsenal fan.
Yeah.
Aaron Aces and the comment of the day.
I just see that. That's why I was
decided I'm going to die for a prank.
Oh yeah, that'd go down like a lead turd, wouldn't it? Yeah, I'll
Father
check
son
on this.
relationship is at an all-time low right now. I go through, oh, you set me up for this fucking shit.
He's an animal. He would and all. He'd have a go, man.
Yeah, I'm an Arsenal fan, and
Yeah. That's
all
it.
that,
Yeah.
we'll just take it from there. And
As long as he gets cooked breakfast, he don't.
what do you
care,
think of
you know what I
Tottenham?
mean?
Innit?
He's
You know,
that.
like if he starts, what do you think of Tottenham? I think he'll be all right, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? So start with that and start how you need to go on, mate.
That's funny, man. Aces. That's brilliant. Yeah, really good.
Awesome. Guys, let's transition now. We do have a game. Obviously, it's not this weekend at all. It's on Tuesday night. It's at home to Fulham. Fulham have come off a rather embarrassing loss to Crystal Palace in the FA Cup. They're going to be pissed off. They're going to be angry, and they're going to want to take it out on someone. And what better to do than a team that they think that Silva has single-handedly had our pants pulled down 3 of the last 4 times. It's been 3 draws, 1 loss, or 2 draws, a loss, and a win, or something along those lines. I'm more worried the fact that Saka could potentially end up coming off the bench for this. I'm more worried about there is a certain player who used to play for us may want to get his revenge. Emil
What one?
Smith Rowe.
Well, they've got a few of them.
They are, yeah, and I think Reece Nelson as well is there as well. So they're gonna have the bit between their teeth on Tuesday with that. They know they're at the cup. They know they don't really have anything to play for. Maybe get into Europe, into the Europa Conference League or something along those lines. But it's a game that we could basically hold our hands up and say we're out of the title race completely. But let's be real, we can't afford any more defeats from this point forward, especially with likes of Forest and City nipping at our heels. Chelsea are still sitting in 4th. Newcastle have a game in hand. They win their game in hand. They shoot up to 4th place. Aston Villa and then you got likes of Aston Villa and Brighton are lurking behind. So we're not exactly we're more closer to 6th now than what we are to actually leading in the top, which is quite embarrassing, really. Lion Tex, we'll start with you. Obviously, we're going to work our way around the board this time around. What's your feelings going into the Fulham game? Do you have a chance that we could get the win out of this, or is this going to be another one of these games where Arteta gets schooled by Silva?
I think it's going to be another stink fest, bro. If I'm being honest, another one of them games that I'm going to be half asleep, falling asleep during. Because, and with this manager, I don't know, man. He's just gonna stink the place out. I just have a feeling, bro. It's gonna be one of them games. It's just gonna be a shit show. Excuse my language, but yeah, man. This manager's gonna get his pants pulled down. It's probably gonna end the draw. I think, probably 1-1 or something like that. I don't know. I just can't see us winning this game, bro. And to be honest, I don't really want to see Saka in this game. But I know he's going to play because this manager's just itching to do it. You know what I mean? But I just don't want to see him play this game. And to be honest, this game's irrelevant to me, if I'm being honest, man. The only game I'm looking forward to is Real Madrid. That's it. And that's not even because we're going to win. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's irrelevant, bro. It's irrelevant. But I think 1-1 probably. It's another stink fest, personally.
Yeah, not surprised by that. Lawrence, what about you?
Yeah, same here. I mean, to me, the season's over with. I mean, there's only 2 games left for us this season, the games against Real Madrid. And I've got this funny feeling that Liverpool play Everton on Wednesday, and I feel they're going to fuck up there. And Fulham are going to do the same thing to us because they've got Bernardo playing for them in goal. They've got Smith Rowe, Nelson, and Alex Iwobi playing for them. And you just know, you just know it's going to end in a bad way for us. And as I said, as I told Aaron yesterday, I'm just waiting for April the 17th. That's the day after the second leg against Real Madrid, where I'm going to post the "Told You So" speech on Facebook to all these ostriches who still believe in Mikel Arteta, because this is what I told them what was going to happen back at Christmas time, and they all scoffed and laughed at me and told me to fuck off. So I'm just waiting for April the 17th.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think everyone's on that. Jez, what about you, mate?
Well, yeah, I actually agree with Lawrence, to be honest. It's a nothing game. Sadly, having watched FA Cup today, Arsenal, we yeah, come on. Some of those games today were, Crystal Palace, well done to them. We could have been in the mix there today, but hey, once again, we threw it in the bin. But we're now playing for nothing. And then we play Fulham in the week. Nothing game at all. Nothing game at all. What are we playing for? Well, people are telling me, we're playing for second. We've got to keep Nottingham Forest from getting a second. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? Whether you win second, third, fourth. It means nothing. And this is the sad thing, gentlemen, where the one thing I hate about Arsene Wenger was that he made the statement, fourth is a trophy. It's not a trophy. I don't give a shit if we ended up second, third, or fourth now, because it doesn't win you anything. All it gets you into is a European competition, the Champions League. Great, fantastic. We ain't going to win the Champions League, guys, because we've got coming up next, right, in a couple of weeks, Real Madrid at home. We might nick it there, but we ain't going to nick it at the Bernabeu. Let's get it right. So the problem, the cancer started, if you want my honest opinion, much as I thought Arsene Wenger was a great manager, he calls this problem. Fourth is a trophy. And now everybody thinks, oh, well, we can't win it. Oh, but we got to come second. Oh, we got to, that is, we got to come there. Fuck off, bollocks. Fuck off. It means nothing. Second loser, right, is first loser. Third loser is second loser. Fourth loser is third loser. So fuck off. Get out of here. Unless you come first and win the title, nothing means anything else. Fact.
Yeah. Absolute fact.
In the words of Metallica, nothing really matters. Napster.
Yeah. I said on Aaron's show last time that I reckon it will be a draw. And I stick by that, even after I saw the highlights of the Fulham Palace game earlier today. I thought Fulham would beat Palace, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. How wrong was I? Yeah, how wrong was I? Palace. And it just goes to show, if you look at, Eze's, Palace's first goal with Eze. Proper baller, bruv. Proper baller. Do not tell me that Wodegaard is better than this guy. I don't care. I don't care if he's playing for Palace. He's played a number of times for England already, albeit it should be a lot more. If it wasn't for Scrubgate, then that would be the bloody case. But yeah, like the way he just took it on his right, slap, off the post, bottom bins and in. You know what I'm saying? When was the last time Odegaard did that shit? What was it, Spurs away a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
I mean, get out.
The only game that comes to mind.
Yeah, exactly. Get out of here, man. Do you know what I'm saying? One free kick. Like, no, I don't want to hear this bullshit. So yeah, like Fulham will, I reckon they'll turn up because obviously it's Arsenal. They have a great record against us in recent times. Apparently everyone has it in for us, but to be honest, the way that most of our fucking fan base go on about ourselves, like, it's no wonder that teams turn up for us. Do you know what I'm saying? they'll either stink it out or they'll actually turn up and play, believing and knowing that they can get a result against us. And it's happened often enough this season. And Liverpool are going to win the league at the end of the day, you know, in spite of us. You know, not because of us, like in spite of us. Either way, like it's, you know, it's going to be one of them games. It'll be a bit of a stink fest, but yeah, I reckon the players have clocked out in regards to the league anyway. There's only 2 games, as Lawrence mentioned. It's the Real Madrid games, home and away. They're the only teams that they care about. And once that's all said and done and we're knocked out, most likely the players will just be on the beach, certified on the beach. They would have clocked out, down tools, and this whole second is finished.
Yeah, book their tickets to Cancun. Yeah, we know the drill.
Dubai, Marbs, Ponta Banús, and all of that shit. Yeah.
Gonna send your frogs away. It's good at spring break in Mexico.
Might do an iron appeting. One or two might do an iron.
You know, Lion Texas is laughing like he knows.
Ben White and all that shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Oh no, it might be Ibiza with Ben White in it. Ocean Club with Wado and all of that. You know what I mean. He'll probably do that shit. But yeah, like I just don't see us getting a win at all, guys. I really don't. I reckon it will be like a 1-1. It'll be an absolute stink fest, you know, for the most part. Yeah. Like it is what it is. But yeah, I does anyone really care? Not really. not really.
No, not really.
So yeah.
That's
there
the
we
thing,
go.
innit?
Don't need to say much more about that. Yeah.
That's the thing, man. Do you know what as well? Like that's sort of why, like, I again, I know that people might disagree with me a little bit here, man. Like, I haven't sold a lot of my games recently. I've been selling a few of them, and I did sell the Fulham game because it was at 55 quid. I thought, I'm like, this Saturday, I've got plans anyway, to be fair, but like, I've been selling a couple of my tickets just because I think, do you know what, I'm going to spend some time out with my kids. I sold one of my tickets recently, and I went and took my kids out, and I spent all day. We went up to Sant to eat. We went all on the climb. If you know when they're playing the ball pits and all of that stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like all of that. Like, and I spent all day with them, and I come back 20 quid change from the game I sold my ticket for, and I was like, the kids were happy. They were beaming. I was being a fucking great dad. Do you know what I mean? And doing my things and all of that. And I looked at the Arsenal game, and it's just like, oh, we are 1-1. All right, what waste of my time. Do you know what I mean? And it's never always been a waste of my time. It's a shame this season's got it, because I've had my season ticket, I think 7, 8 years, maybe like that. So nothing ages, but like I'd never, honestly, and this is on my kids' life, I'd never sold a single ticket. One game I'd gone, regardless of how bad we're playing. And we've been bad over that 8-year period. But this season, it's difficult when you've got a young family and you know, and a missus, and you believe so little in the manager. I have just been relinquishing sort of my games, and to make that point into what I'm saying is yeah, the Fulham game, it's boring, isn't it? It's crap. We all know what's going to happen. If we win it, it's going to be like a Leicester City performance. If we're not on it, it's going to be like a West Ham performance, and we lose 1-0 at home. Do you know what I mean? Like I believe so little. I've never believed so little in a human being as much as I believe little in Mikel Arteta. Do you know
I'll give you a tip, Aaron.
Go on, my friend.
Right. In 5-6 years' time, 10 years' time. No. How old are you now?
35. Nearly 36.
Okay. Get married right now. Get married right now. Right. Yeah. And then you can lie to the wife every time you go to an away game, when you go up to Newcastle, Man United, Liverpool, Everton, right? and see how that works out, right? Because
we've spoken about this a lot off cam, Jez, haven't we?
And then it all goes horribly fucking wrong. You'll get fucking knocked out by your wife, and you'll never go again. Yeah. That's how it works.
We have, haven't we, bud? We've spoke about this because I've we're off stream. I can't think I was doing it. It's been a couple of times I've sort of confided into you about it and just sort of said, you know, you know, along with adding YouTube into sort of the mix and all of that. Do you know what I mean? Like I've said to you a good few times, you know, I don't want to fail as a parent, and that's why I've sort of been doing it, especially this year. I know it sounds really sort of like, oh, so you're only there for the good times. Boys, I've been following Arsenal since 1995. I've been there for the bad times. Like, and you know, Jez has been there for significantly more bad times, unfortunately, but also some good times. Do you know what I mean? So the point I'm making is I'm not just there for the good times, but also, and what Jez is saying as well, you know, sometimes you just got to prioritize the things, man. And yeah, like that's sort of why I sold this game. Basically, what Lion Tech as well said, who cares? Who cares about the Fulham game? Like, honestly, does anyone in this chat, can you tell me, there's 6 of us on this panel, who gives an absolute fuck if we win, draw, or lose?
No,
Like we'd rather win. Of course we would. Or like we do. Or are we going to go there and see absolute glittery, excellent, phenomenal, world-class football? No, we're not. If we win, you know, it might be comfortable 2-0 or 3, but it's going to be scrappy, crappy, and that's at best. That's at absolute best. I can't think who it was earlier that was saying about our form against them. I think it might be you, Karl, when you brought it up, saying it might be 3 draws and a loss, or maybe 2 and 2. Either. We've been crap, like absolutely shocking. Here he is, absolutely shocking against them. I'm not looking forward to the game, boys. And it's just, again, who really cares? Like I've obviously got my ticket for the Real Madrid. That's sort of what I care about. Even though, of course, I don't expect us to go through, but at least there's something in it. And I think that's what Lions was saying as well. One of you was, at least there's something in it. Do you know what I mean? At least I can go there at that game at Real Madrid and go, wow, what if? Maybe. Is it going to be our day? Could this really happen? You know, where you just delude yourself slightly and go, is this going to be a magical evening? But who cares about the Fulham game, bro? We're 12 points behind Liverpool. Like, do you know what I mean? It's not 2 points behind Liverpool, and we got to play them at the Emirates. Well, we're 12 points behind. We're playing them at Anfield. We haven't won there since 2012. Kajola and Podolski, have a bit of that. What we doing here? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just a nothing game. We need to finish 6th to not be in the Champions League this year. Are we really going to finish 5th this year? 6th this year? Probably not. But like Jez said, I couldn't give a fucking shit. Sorry for the language. I couldn't care less if we finish 5th or 2nd or 3rd or 4th. Why? Because there's Champions League football this year, and it's not first. It's not the Olympics. You don't get silver medal for finishing 2nd or bronze for 3rd, and you don't get Arsene Wenger's ridiculously made up little plastic trophy for 4th. Doesn't exist. It's first or failure. It's as simple as that. And to quote one of my favourite films, Old Ballad of Ricky Bobby, Talladega Nights, if you're not first, you're last. Simple as that.
Hey guys, we've got to bounce. I'll see you later.
Jez,
See you later, Jez.
Thanks for coming on.
Aaron,
legend.
Nascar, Lawrence, Lion Tex, and Rashid. I'm not taking the piss, mate. I've got to go. I'm going fishing tomorrow, man. And
enjoy.
Bounce out, boys. And it's been great as always. Great debate. But at the end of the day, gentlemen, we're playing for nothing. And I don't give a shit about whether we beat Fulham or not, to be honest, because I don't care. Because at the end of the day, we're playing for fuck all. But gentlemen, it's been an honour to you as always. And Karl, great show. Go and smash the hell out of the likes for this gentleman.
We haven't even hit 20 likes on 18. Come on, guys. Move your asses.
Let's do better than that, yeah?
Come on.
Jez, can you just make me one promise before you go, please? One, obviously 2 promises. 1, catch a lot of fish tomorrow, and 2, don't sign up for that dating show. Just promise me that, Jez, yeah?
I don't think my wife would I mean, I've been married to my wife in 37 years. I don't think she'd appreciate that.
Big up the missus, big up the wife.
I don't think she'd like that, mate.
I won't say her name on camera, but big up.
I think she'd have the right ump on that one. Yeah, well, maybe she will. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Into it now, Jez.
She might be game. You don't know.
Well, I don't know. She might be an OnlyFans. So I don't know. Okay. I have to go and Google that and have a look.
Yeah, you don't want to be doing that, mate.
Oh, no.
Well, I'm actually working this out right now. She seems to have a few quid, and then I'm Jake. I'll tell you that.
Oh, brilliant! Love it, Jazz.
You know.
Yeah.
Go, Jess. Go have a cold shower. It's great seeing you, buddy.
Yeah, take care, gentlemen, and love you all. You're
You too,
absolute
likewise,
real
mate.
ones on here.
Much
And
love,
everybody
Jess.
in the chat. Big up, boys. Take care.
Big up.
Take care.
Big up,
You
Jen.
too,
Yeah,
Jazz.
Jess.
What a man.
Absolutely. Rashid, lateness is greatness and all. Here's you
Apologies.
talking about women on Northside Channel, and you
Yeah.
just bumped into Jess.
Oh, shit, man.
Oh my god, bro. It was lit. It was lit on shout out to Northside as well. Shout out to
Yeah,
yes.
big up
everybody
Northside.
that was on that stream. It was a lit stream, I can't lie, but yeah, it was nice. But I think we're talking about the Fulham game, right?
Mm-hmm.
The thing is about what I saw from the Fulham game, they didn't create much. They did not create anything, and they missed a couple of chances that they got, but I didn't expect them to create that many of chances because it was what, like 2-3 chances. I think one of them was Muniz. You actually a player that I actually rate, but man, listen, against us, it's a different game. Against us, man, like if we play any team in the Premier League and they decide to low block, long day for us. Long day. All you need is 6'5", 6'7" defenders. Maybe 6'7" is too much. 6'5", 6'4" defenders, and just defend the crosses. Because there's no way in hell we have a player, and that goes to show that having money without talent ID is just a roundabout, because it will whatever you buy, it won't be the right player for the team. Like I can name you 5 players that we bought for big money and there was no need for them. Actually, I could actually name you more, but like a player like Eze, you need a creative player. You need a creative player, and especially against teams that try to sit back. Especially against teams like that. If they play a high line, it's not a problem. You can probably put a few players that are fast and you can probably get a couple of chances. But then you have to be very clinical. But players like Eze would open. Did you see the goal? The way he set up for the second goal? It was just amazing work from him. It was amazing work, and it was amazing to see. But we've been known that Eze is a good footballer, a very good footballer, but underrated. Why? Because he plays for Crystal Palace, and nobody talks about him that much. That's all it is. It's the PR. He should pay Romano to put out information out there, and then they'll start rating, man. I don't know, man, but we put everything into Odegaard, and Odegaard has shown us. It's been 2 years. Odegaard's not the guy to take on. He's not the guy for a team like us. I feel like he would be a great rotation player, but we need someone that can open those, that can unlock a low block or a mid block. Because unfortunately, in this game, teams you're going to have to face them at some point. They don't have that amount of money, that amount of backing, and they don't have the managers to actually go out there and play football and go neck to neck. There's not a lot of teams that can do that. So you're gonna come across a lot of teams that you have to open them up, and we've seen teams open them up. City used to open up teams. Every team used to play the same way against City. Low block, hit on the counter. Low block, hit on the counter. What happens? They find a way to open them up. They always find a way, and they win when it matters. Because I know if we check the stats, we can probably find out that in 2 years we haven't lost to a top 6 team or something like that, something stupid like that.
That's all well and good, but when it matters, are you going to win when it matters? Because it doesn't matter if you're facing Southampton or City. When it matters, if you don't win, it's gonna come to nothing, and then everything is for nothing. Like this whole year is just all for nothing. If you don't win the Champions League, which most likely you won't, but let's say it's just all for nothing. And what the Fulham game 1-1. See how easy that was, like 1-1 draw. Most of the people know it's going to be a draw. Why? Because we know what's going to happen. Cross hope again and again. It's just boring, man. It's just boring. But yeah, man, it's just the quality in general is shit. Today we were watching the Nottingham game. We ended up talking about Girl, like for like 45 minutes or 50 minutes, maybe more. We just ended up talking about Girl. I swear to God, nobody was watching the game. Maybe one of us maybe were watching the game. Nobody was really watching the game like that. We were talking about Girl and we were really like into that subject because it's so boring. Like, how many times have you fell asleep watching Arsenal? Cure to insomnia, bro. Like, what is this? Man, I swear to God, 800 million down the drain, bro, and we're back where we started. Like, we've done shows talking about how the team he inherited is the same as this team that he has now. It's just all for nothing, bro. But the good news is that we got someone like Berta. That's good news. Probably going to drop that after we get eliminated. I agree with a lot of people that said that. They're probably going to drop that then. Or they'll probably drop out that. They'll probably drop us re-signing, signing. Oh my God, giving Ethan and Lewis Skelly contracts. They'll probably drop that too. Everybody will be like, oh my God, we're gonna keep them. And you know what I'm saying? They're the future of Arsenal, and that's what they're gonna write. That's what they're gonna write on the internet. And they are. Don't get me wrong, they are. But we're missing the bigger picture here, where it's just jarring, bro. Every year the same. Every live is the same. We even know teams that we're up against. We already know if it's gonna be a draw, if we're gonna win, we're gonna probably lose. It's like watching a film that you know the ending. It's just, would you watch a film that you know the ending? No, you won't, because it's stupid. Why would I watch a film that I know the ending? That's the whole point. But yeah,
unless it's a good film, but this ain't a good film. It's a shit film. Why would you rewatch the same film again that you know shit? Isn't it, Rashid?
Facts, bro.
It's that.
Facts, man. But that's how it is, man. That's how it is. Like we've been calling it out, bro. All of us. We're not gonna stop anytime soon. But still, bro, like we're the minority. And it just blows my mind because I thought by the 5th year they'll probably like turn around and say, hey, you know what? Enough is enough. I heard some people saying that as long as it takes. That's what they'll tell you. As long as it takes. What do you mean as long as it takes? As long as it takes. So you just have to wait until Arteta will win the title, unless we're just gonna shut up shop and fold the club and that's it. Get rid of Arsenal and we all go support whatever. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, man. It's jarring. But yeah, man. Thanks for having me on. Apologies for the lateness, bro. It's Eid tomorrow, so yeah, I had some preparations to do. But yeah,
no worries.
Big up, man.
No worries, but look, this has been an absolutely lit show with some amazing guests on, and yeah, this has been absolutely huge. Thank you to every single one of you. It's just we don't want to keep being repetitive, We want to talk about something different, We want to talk more in glowing terms of this football club, of how good we actually are, and how we are performing and so on. But unfortunately, we're just being put round and around in the same hamster wheel all the time with this manager, with this squad, with this football club, with the fan base that we don't care to really like anymore. It's reached a point now where very soon there will be apathy among the fan base. And that's the worst thing you do not want to have. Not just as a football club, but any sort of sporting franchise at all. The minute your fan base has apathy, that's the minute you're sinking very, very quickly. And there's a chance that could potentially happen. Now, whether or not I'll tell you eventually it's going to stay for one more season while Berta comes in to sort this out. That is still to be said. But right now, it's getting to a point now where we're just getting sick and tired of it. I generally, the minute we get knocked out of Real Madrid, I might just shut football down completely for the time being. My festival season starts in May anyway, so guess what? I'll be freaking done and dusted by then. It's just criminal. It's criminal what we're having, what all of us here are having to go through.
Karl, I mean, I'm getting into Major League Soccer now. Normally, I don't give a fuck about it. But I get more joy watching the MLS out here.
I mean, you do have Leo Messi, you do have Luis Suarez, and then man there. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's
we've got Napster, we've got Olivier Giroud playing for LAFC, which is just a mile down the road from me.
Oh shit! Oh, I didn't know Giroud was playing MLS. I had no idea.
People turn around and say that the Saudi League is like, oh no, it's where all the retired players go. No, the MLS is where all the retired players go. You've just wandered off a list of names that are in their 30s. But then you got Messi in there, so because he's the greatest player I've ever seen in my lifetime. So I can't exactly. I'm not.
And another player who plays out here for LAFC. I don't know if you remember him, Carlos Vela.
Oh yeah, I remember Carlos Vela. Bad boy. He was a bad boy, bro. He was a bad boy.
He used to think the keeper all good. It was like his little trademark, wasn't it, for Arsenal, man? He
100%.
Very, very, very.
He was the best Peter Dinklage or best Dinker I'd ever seen, bro. Like, at least for the last 10, 15 years.
Did you say Peter Dinklage then? Did you just
Peter Dinklage?
And I was like,
Peter Dinklage, bro. Like,
I like that.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
I like that, man. I like it when I get to steal people's really good, funny, witty takes, because I'm going to say that to all my friends now, like I came up with it.
I've got so much shit that I could say to whoever, whenever. It don't bother me, brother. It don't bother me.
No, that's funny. That's funny. I like little bits like that.
I've got the tactics. Unlike Lego Head, bro. I've got the tactics, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. We're chilling out here. We're celebrating out here. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's funny,
vibes, innit? Like it is what it is. Yeah.
That's cool.
Like, Carlos Vela, man. Yeah, he was so underrated, man. Do you know what I'm saying? So underrated. Should have played more for us. Yeah, I know he had a few injuries here and there, but like, what was it? Eduardo was the one that had the massive injury. He just wasn't the same. He was another bad boy, bro.
Any of you remember his goal against Burnley in the FA Cup, where he sort of like done the back heel flick thing? I was there in the North for that, man. Yeah, that was an absolute finish. One of the best goals I've ever seen live. And I was there for the Giroud, the scorpion kick.
Oh yeah, against Palace.
Yeah. I think that might be my first year as a season ticket holder. It was there or thereabouts.
Man United fans were debating whether the Mkhitaryan goal was better, but the truth of the matter is the Mkhitaryan goal was offside technically. Mm-hmm. So Giroud's one is automatically.
And Giroud one was much better anyway, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was better. He was onside, and Alexis Sanchez put that ball in, perfect timing. Someone who could actually cross the fucking ball. Unlike the absolute scrubs that we have.
Well, only a couple of weeks after and all that stuff. I'm sure it was only like Mkhitaryan done that and it was like, wow, we ain't seen a goal like this. And I'm sure Giroud only done it like.
Wasn't that? Yeah, it was like a week after. Yeah. Giroud always had
being at Palace.
Like, he was so underrated
against Palace.
But the problem is, like, whenever we had like Walcott up front, remember like that experiment with Wenger when the number 14, like the British Thierry Henry brother and all that bollocks, like we just start spamming balls in the box and all of that shit. But when Giroud was up front, we do all this tiki-taka slick football, and I'm like, hang on, that suits Theo Walcott more because Theo Walcott was actually quite tidy on the ball. I mean, he wasn't amazing, but he's levels above Eddie Nketiah. I know he scored earlier today, but he's levels, to what was it, Kai Havertz? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like Theo Walcott, the goals that he scored, and he could dribble. His touch was decent. You know what I'm saying?
To
And
be fair
obviously he's
though,
rapid,
Napster, Giroud was well good with his feet. So when you
Oh,
said tiki-taka,
100%.
like
Yeah.
do you remember that goal against Norwich where I mean it was
Oh,
and then Jack Wilshere were just doing them naughty
It's
little
one of the
flicks.
best goals I've
yeah,
ever
that
seen,
little
bro.
flick,
It's one of the
yeah.
best,
Yeah.
the best team goal I've
Yeah.
ever seen, bro. I don't care if it's Norwich, bro. If we
One
did
of the
that
best.
against Man United, Man City at the time, Liverpool, Chelsea, it's the same thing for me. Do you know what I'm saying?
Wait.
An unbelievable goal is an unbelievable goal, whoever the
Facts.
opposition is. Well, at least in the
Mate,
Premier
boys,
League. And,
I
top
have
league.
got. I'll have to tell you off camera. Like I remember being in London with a few of my mates when we met loads of Scouse girls. It's a off camera thing. But
Oh, of course,
that
yeah.
night, I remember being in London watching it. That goal go in. It was on like the highlights on Sky Sports. I don't think it was televised. It might have been 3 o'clock kickoff. And then I remember like watching it and all that. And I always think that goal up with that night. It's an off-camera thing. I'll tell you about it. I've got so many belters, man, but I'll tell you all about it.
I'm sure you do, mate. I'm sure you do.
It's a good one, man. It's a good one.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
The Ozil
And
goal, the
ends
Ozil
in
goal was
the Matters,
crazy.
annoyingly. Huh?
Facts.
That's what makes it even funnier.
But now, like thinking about goals, I just remember the Ozil goal. Like that was, oh my days, the way he took that goal. Do you remember against? Oh my god, I don't even know how to pronounce their name.
I know
Yeah.
what goal is.
Oh, yeah.
That was a bad man for him. That was a bad man.
The blue kit were like the
Odegaard
thing,
could never.
thing, wasn't it?
He
Yeah.
left two
Never,
players
bro.
on the floor just by a body.
Wodegaard, Gibraltar guard.
Oh my days.
Never.
Was it, did he like flick it over his head or something? And he dinked it over
Never.
Peter
Yeah.
Dinklage.
He flicked it over his head, fake shotted it, done it again, and then he just slotted it, bro. The highlight of his Arsenal career, bro.
He ruined 3 players' careers on that one attempt. He ruined them.
Naughty.
But
double naughty, man.
yeah. Ozil, look, Odegaard would never score a goal like that. The thing is that Odegaard was a certain level when we're in the year that we were actually playing attacking football. He was all right. You know, he was thereabouts. You know, he'll get you little. I think he got 15. Was it 15 goals that season? I don't know. Somebody.
In the Premier League. Yeah, 15 in the Premier League, I believe.
15. So he was all right. He was doing all right that season. He was good, but we expected more because we're gonna build a team around you. You being a number 10 is a big thing in football. You know what I'm saying? I know he doesn't. It's not his number, but like you being like the number 10. Or the attacking midfielder, bro, we're gonna build a team around you. So if you don't help us create our number 9, even if he's, I don't know, Ronaldo, he won't score. Do you know what I'm saying? So it all starts from you. Because the first thing, Rice, did you guys see I think I saw like 10 minutes or 15 minutes of Lee's stream, and he was putting up Arsenal from open play. And they show you the heat map, and everything goes right. Everything goes right because of Odegaard, right?
Yeah.
Everything goes right. So we're building a team around you, and you're incapable of opening a low block. What are we gonna do? Or incapable of creating those chances that we need. I don't want to hear about Saka. Why are you worrying about when Saka's gonna come back? Do your thing. I know that it helps with a player like Saka, but sorry, you can use Martinelli's pace. You can use Moreno's height. I don't know. Be creative. That's the point you get. That's why you're getting money for. Why am I gonna now think how you're gonna open the play or create play? That's your job. But yeah, man, Ozil used to do that easy. Ozil used to do that easy every game. But like, obviously, Ozil was a lazy. He's always been lazy. You know, that's why he got kicked out of Real Madrid. I feel like he was kicked out. He was kicked out of Real Madrid. That's why, man. But yeah, man. We had some ballers at Arsenal, bro. Like it's a shame. We probably stopped getting ballers around because we had ballers even when Wenger was on his decline. We had like Cazolas and do you know what I'm saying?
Cazorla, man.
Lucas Podolski.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, his shots were ridiculous, bro. Like the power shots just outside of the box, like 30, 25 yards.
You remember that volley that he scored? That Podolski volley. I can't remember what team it was against.
I think I know the one you're talking about. That was a rocket, bro. He used to score so many rockets, man. You know
in the Champions League. or Europe
Well,
or something like
Champions League,
that.
I'm
Was
sure.
Might have been
Might have
Europa.
been.
Was it or Europa League?
Was
It
it?
might have been one.
Yeah, is it in
I don't think
Europe?
Podolski was here when we were in the dropped down to the Europa League. I think he was already gone by then. I think
I'm
he
sure
went like
I
in
can remember him
2018 or
pinging
something
something like near, like a massive, like a wicked volley near post or something. Well, a lot of his goals are bangers, weren't they, Lola?
A lot
You
of
know what I
them.
mean? They were
Mm.
bangers.
that. Oh
But
yeah,
yeah,
Also,
the one
yeah.
I've got in my head.
The problem was though is that he did have a bit of a bad injury history. And I also believe as well he was playing on the left side as well.
Yeah.
When he
Yeah,
actually when he was playing in Germany, he was actually playing as the main striker.
yeah.
Yeah.
He was
And I
never
think-
a left
And
winger.
Wenger kept taking him off, didn't he? He would always take him off with about 15 minutes to go.
Yeah.
It's
Well, at
probably
least,
when
yeah,
he-
you
well, at least he's man managing him.
yeah, like the
Yeah,
red
I
zone and all
suppose,
that.
yeah.
Talking of injured players, guys, like for me, Diaby was the biggest what if for me in terms of ballers, like because he had everything.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
was
he was
meant to be the Patrick
Yaya.
Vieira. Well, yeah, Yaya, but the
Yeah,
Patrick
yeah,
Vieira
Yaya,
replacement, but just obviously because Yaya's more attacking. Even though Yaya won the Champions League with Barcelona, playing centre back and all that. Next to
He's
man
a
like
baller.
Piqué. Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's the
He
thing.
doesn't-
Diaby, man. The touch,
When
the
Patrick
dribbling,
Vieira-
like, the pass.
When
oh,
Patrick Vieira, that's that, bruv. When Patrick Vieira says he would have been much better than me, that direct quote
Yeah,
I
from
believe
Patrick
it. I
Vieira,
believe it.
he would have
I
been much
believe it.
better than me.
Yeah,
I believe
Then you're
him.
like, wow,
Are you,
that's coming out
are
the
you,
horse's mouth.
are you saying Yaya Sanogo was a baller for us?
Oh no, Yaya Toure.
I mean,
Yeah,
compared to-
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
compared-
Would have
I
been.
mean,
yeah. We're not talking about the postman, mate. We're not talking about postman.
Lars, I mean, compare,
What's it in France? It's called La Poste, isn't it? I know
Lawrence,
that.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
Poste,
Lawrence,
yeah, it's
Lawrence,
one
I mean,
of them dummies, isn't it?
Lawrence,
You know?
compared to comparing freaking Sonogo to him is a bit like saying, yeah, no, Sonogo was basically the equivalent of Theo Walcott.
Ain't no way.
You have to be a
innit?
different
What
level
we doing?
sort of shit to be worse than Sonogo, and that is there's no far down the barrel you can go apart from the drain.
Well, that's in Ketia,
Oh.
bruv. We had him, bruv. And then we finally got rid of him for what, 30 million or so, give or take.
Mate,
Yeah, but he
did you
scored a
know
goal
this,
today.
though?
Yeah, but he scored
Is-
another goal today.
Yeah, he scored it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's finally got his credit back, guys. He's finally got his Lycra Mobile, whatever network
Yes,
he's
yes.
on. Do you know
I
what
don't
I
know
mean?
what's more embarrassing: the fact Aston Villa could end up winning an FA Cup, or the fact Crystal Palace could VAR striker. Ah, fuck me sideways.
Innit? Yeah, well, it's absolutely ridiculous, man. We all know Man City's probably going to end up winning it in their worst season, probably in a decade and a
Crazy.
half. Do you know what I mean?
However,
But it is
guys,
they have got
Wigan
Glenn
did
Horner.
beat them over 10 years ago. And let's be real, Palace are better now than what Wigan was when they won it. Who else is still left in it? Nottingham Forest,
Bournemouth.
Aston Villa, of course. Yeah, Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's not that feasible for Man City to get to the final and lose it, bruv. It's happened before.
Yeah, no,
I don't think it'll be as big of an upset, but it will still be an upset, innit? But I reckon Palace, from what I saw, and the fact that they lost to Man United. Remember, like when Alan Pardew thought he was a bad man, innit? Do you know, like trying to skank in the middle of in the dugout, like Wembley. Do you know what I'm saying? Thinking he was a bad boy. Do you know what I'm saying? 1-0 up, and then like Man United, Wayne Rooney just does his thing or whatever. Like, but this Palace is different, bruv. Like I honestly thought that Fulham would at least defend better. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's not quite going well in attack, at least defend better. Like, it's a quarter final. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're in a competition, latter stages, that's quarter final. You have to defend well, and you're at home as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's mad. But yeah, Villa is still in it. Bournemouth is still in it. Forest, Palace are through now. Like, so. And then obviously you got Man City. Like it's looking very interesting, boys. It's looking very, very, very interesting. So we'll see. But yeah, just don't write off any of the other teams causing an upset. You know, if Man City get to the final and whoever they'll play in it. You know what I'm saying? It's just a question of who wants it in it out of all the other Premier League, because they're all like mid-table, just above top half. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now's the opportunity to start building some winning mentality. Get a cup. And for Fulham, when was the last time they won a major trophy?
I don't know.
Forest, it's been a while. Bournemouth, they've never done it. And then Villa, it's been a while as well. So, you know, like it's all about mentality, bruv. You know, so the City haven't been playing well. I know Mamouche is getting into the swing of it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like bit of momentum and all of that. But you never know, bruv. One-off final. We'll see in it. And sometimes you just got to take your opportunity as they're given to you.
Who would you put your money on
Oh, what, to get into the final?
to win it?
Oh, to win it. I have to be real. I still think City are the favourites. However, I could see Villa doing it, but Villa, like, they're still in the Champions League. Do you know what I'm saying? And they can actually get further than us, you know, because although PSG are doing well now, Unai Emery, he knows how to get at least to the semi-final. Do you know what I mean?
He'll want to get one over
They
his old
used to
team and
manage
all, wouldn't he?
PSG.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
He used to
it.
be a
Yeah,
PSG manager.
yeah.
That's true.
Yeah,
He'll want to get
as
one
well.
over him.
I reckon. I mean, out of Bournemouth, and then you got Forest. Well, Forest and Palace are definitely through. Do you know what? Yeah, and because he's got experience at winning trophies, albeit at Saudi. Do you know what I mean? I'll probably go for Forest, and I believe Forest have beaten Man City recently out of all the other teams, even more recent than Villa. Correct me if I'm wrong. So if it's not Man City, I reckon it will be Forest, brother. Forest have been brilliant. I mean, what a
If
way
Chris
get
was
Champions League
injured-
football and win the FA Cup, innit? You know, it's a dream, innit? It's been long overdue for them.
But the gloating from Wolfie from Forest Fan TV is going to be unbearable.
Yeti will be unbearable, bruv.
Oh, Yeti
Long
will be
head
unbearable
Yeti.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeti will be unbearable as well. Big up to Yeti.
I love
Yeah.
Wolfie though. Oh, he's all right.
It depends on who gets through in the semi-final, really.
We'll find
It
out
depends
after
who
the
gets-
City game. We'll find out after the
Is
City.
Man City playing tomorrow or later on today?
No, it's
No,
Man
Bournemouth,
City,
play,
Bournemouth
yeah,
tomorrow.
Bournemouth City play, I think,
Yeah,
half four
Bournemouth.
kickoff, and then you got Villa playing Preston early afternoon.
Oh yeah, Villa should get through that. Yeah. They should definitely get through that. Even if they play like a half and half kind of team, they should definitely get through that. Like, I'll be amazed if Preston get through that, to be honest. But we'll see. Either
Whichever
way.
Depending on
way
what side you look at it, the FA Cup's been a bit poor, isn't it? Really. Then I mean, it's like if you look at the other side of it's great that lower teams having a chance, but like it's not really been great, is it, this season? To be fair, do you know what I mean? All the big teams just being just weak.
Yeah, the
Man
FA
City
Cup
stumbled
hasn't
their
been
way there.
the FA Cup hasn't been the tournament it was since Man United boycotted it 25 years ago.
For the world was it for the World Club Cup?
For
Wasn't it?
the
That they
World
didn't even
Club
win.
title. Yeah, they boycotted it.
Yeah, I remember that. Was
But
that in '99? Wasn't it? That was straight after their treble, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, do you know what it
I
is as
remember
well? Like, I remember Vinnie Jones was saying, like, because I can't remember the name of the channel, but he did like a little interview and like how the game's gone and all that, and he's spot on with that. But like, he was talking about like the holes in the socks, like absolute generational stinker and hook. Do you know what I'm saying? That needs to go. Like, why are the players doing it? You know, just you got to toughen up, stop being melts and all that. And I agree. But he also mentioned or answered the question rather of Wembley semi-finals, yay or nay, and he was like, nay. And I agree with him. I still remember the times where they played it at neutral grounds. Do you know what I'm saying?
Villa Park.
Yeah,
I used to
Villa
love going
Park,
up to Villa
sometimes
Park.
at Stamford Bridge, Old
Hillsborough.
Trafford. Bring that back like Maloko, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? Bring it back.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's
They were good
another
days out
reason.
the semi-final.
Yeah, exactly. But it's when you take too many parts of the tradition, and again, it's all to lower the standards. Do not tell me that it wasn't a financial decision to have Wembley as part of the semi-finals, in it. They didn't have to do that.
Oh, of course.
They didn't have to do that. They went against tradition deliberately. Like if you're going to go against any tradition, at least have a fucking reason. But they didn't, which means I come to the conclusion, I'm sure you guys do as well, it's because of this, because of the dome. You know, get more eyes on it, you know. But even then, you could, if it was played in Old Trafford, Aston Villa, like even Stamford Bridge or even Emirates in this era, you could easily have semi-finals held at the Emirates and that. You could still get eyes on it anyway, whether it's ITV, whether it's BBC or both. Do you know what? At least in this country, but all the other channels, what was it? Do beIN Sports do FA Cup games or other like broadcasters or whatever? Like, it can easily be done. I just, Yeah, it's just a shame how like just far it's just gone down, and that was our cup. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So every time Lego Head like bins off the FA Cup, you know, like he's got further in the League Cup in recent times than the FA Cup. For me, that tells me everything. That tells me everything, bruv. It's just the competition that kept you in this bloody job, and you're palming it off. Like you're speaking to a girl in the club that you don't find attractive and all that shit, that you think she's butters and all of that shit. Yeah. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Less of that, man. Less of that. Come on, now. You ain't that guy. Yeah. Trust me, pal. You ain't that guy. This was meant to be like, what is it? Is it Man United that have got the record or equaled us with the record FA Cups and that? Because we've won
the most FA Cups.
Still. Okay,
so ahead of them.
What? Okay. Yeah. So we still have that for now. But if this manager stays any longer, that can easily go. That can quite easily go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's the same when we have to wear that stupid white kit in the FA Cup third round. I mean, why are we doing that? I mean, our colours are red and white. I don't want to see Arsenal wearing a fucking Tottenham kit ever. You know,
it's virtue signalling, bro. It's virtue signalling. Like I wouldn't be surprised if it's a tax break.
Kits, we ain't got past the third round with them kits. It's funny that.
Yeah, Nottingham Forest done this, didn't they?
For a great cause.
I can't remember who it was last year. Yeah, they done it.
Yeah, apparently for
I remember the Tavares got subbed back off, didn't he?
It was basically to wear the shirt to stop people from stabbing or to stop from knifing.
Or how's that working out?
Yeah, but why not put a logo? Why not put a logo? Why not put a logo of a knife inside a circle with a line going through it, like the Ghostbusters logo, instead of this stupid white kit that they wear only once?
That you bring out onto the pitch or some shit like that.
Yeah.
With
I'll
get me another copy, right? Come on.
Well, just quickly as well, just before we said about the copyright, do you know what the best thing about having kids is? Eating their chocolate money. Oh man, I've steamed straight through it from leaving, man. It's just naughty. So good. No, that's just naughty.
Chocolate money.
I'll get some more tomorrow.
For Christmas time.
Hey, do you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of a Cat Williams skit where it's just like, it is cool to get high. It is not cool to get high and eat all of your baby's cereal. Daddy, when you told me you had the Cocoa Puffs at the top drawer and then it was there and then it wasn't gone, and then it's just I don't believe what I'm seeing right now. These goddamn insurgents have come in our house and taken our cereal. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? It's one of them ones, isn't it, Aaron? You menace, bro. You menace.
Well, you got to find perks of being a dad somewhere. I found mine from chocolate money.
Yeah,
it just tastes good, and I paid for it already. So Sodom, isn't it?
For me, it'd be the cereal, bruv. Like, trust me, like when I'm older, I'm gonna have to get extra boxes of cereal, bruv. Because trust me,
like Cocoa Pops, man. I always eat my kids' Cocoa Pops as well.
I bet you do, mate. I bet you do.
I fucking do.
Might be one of my controversial takes, but at least in 2025, for me, it's Weetos, bruv. I don't know what's in them Weetos, bruv, but.
Oi, bro, do you boys remember them golden nuggets?
Yes.
Whatever they were. Yes. They were so good, man, when they come out.
I haven't had golden
nuggets on there, innit? The prospector or whatever it was on there. But when they come out, I was like, what is this?
There was like mining for and there was like digging for gold, wasn't it?
That's it. Yeah.
Cookie Crisp and all of that. Do you know
they were good and all.
I love Cookie Crisp. I love Cookie Crisp.
But then the sugar tax man came in and was just like, "Now bun that, all the Cocoa Pops, all the Frosties, the crunchy nut, even Raisin Wheat. I used to love Raisin Wheat, man, but it's just not quite the same. It's a bit like football, isn't it? You know, we had proper ballers, and now you get a few, and it's just not quite the same. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Crappy raisin,
like that cereal. Yeah. The Raisin Wheat ain't raisin. You know, it's raisin shit, bro.
Can I ask all you guys a question, right? That's been bothering me for a while. The Bruce Banana kit, right? I remember when it first came out in 1991, it was called the migraine kit or the roadkill kit. Okay. I don't know who decided to call it the Bruce Banana kit, because have you ever seen a banana with blue triangles on it?
No.
No,
I mean, look,
I haven't. if I'm honest.
here are some bananas. Do you see blue triangles on any of them?
No. I see a bit of brown on that, but that one behind you.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're doing with that
I know,
banana, Lawrence. But
For
I
anyone,
just
for, any,
don't
for anyone
know.
that's tuning in from the Food Network, welcome to the show.
Smash the likes up, get the subs
who
up. The
decided
stream has been lit.
it looked like a Bruce banana.
Nah.
Yeah, I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're chevrons, aren't they? Yeah, that's what they are. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as I
Chevrons.
said, when the kit came out in 1991 and people weren't too thrilled about it, it was called the migraine kit or the roadkill kit. And then out of the blue, when they brought it back a few years ago, oh, it's the Bruce Banana kit.
Not the new version, it wasn't. No, it's got way too much green in it.
What's that? What new version?
Oh well,
Who?
I
Was
was
it-
just curious.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no, I quite like it. You know, I waited ages to get it. It's one of the remakes that they've done, the official remakes in 2019, the one I've got on. But
Yeah,
I'd wanted an original one for ages, but man, they sell on eBay for like 400 or 500 quid. Or just like, do you know what, man? It's just a stretch. Yeah, you got one of your Dazzo. Yeah, no, but don't surprise me. Yeah, they sell for
Big
ridiculous.
Big up Darren, bro.
Condition dependent. Yeah, big up Darren.
Oh, you can make a fortune now if you've got an original kit.
Pardon me.
Especially any of the top clubs, but even you think about any Premier League club, and even I'll give you an example, like an old school Nottingham Forest kit when they were in the Premier League, like from 92, 93 and all of that. Oldham at one point, Swindon were in the Premier League at one point. Teams like that, sorry, it's not even like the Man Uniteds, the Arsenals, the Liverpools, of course. Even Chelsea with that Coors Light. Do you know what I'm saying? See, I even though it's slightly before my time, I remember.
Oh, Mark Hughes winning the League Cup in the Coors Light and all that.
Yeah. And Newcastle, of course, with the brown ale, like that Newcastle kit.
Yeah, that's an iconic shirt.
Classic,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. That, especially now, goes for a fortune. eBay. You know, other sites are available. You know, and it's mate. I'm pretty sure someone's selling certain kits for like $1,000, give or take, in it for sure. Even on eBay, it's a joke, mate.
Yeah.
It's the climate that we're living in, man. For sure.
Yeah, no, facts, bruv.
Right, lads. 3 hours 8 we've been on the stream now, so we're gonna call it a night. Because obviously tomorrow is very important for one particular reason. It is Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to everyone's mothers and everyone in the chat's mothers as well.
Big up to all the mothers.
Yeah, big up to all the mothers as well. Big up to everyone that has been on tonight. Aaron, what have you got coming up, mate?
I've got my Monday thing. The evening, me and DJB, and then we get some guests. Then Tuesday, I think I've got me and Shane are doing like a pre-match Fulham thing, and then Wednesday, Rashid's going to shout it out as well. We've got part 3. I'm assuming you're going to do it this Wednesday, aren't you? The conclusion. Yeah. And then I'm going to be on with DG, then Never a Foul, and then the Friday call-in. That's what my week's looking like, and maybe something else in between. Well, thank you very much as well. Of course, let me not forget. Thank you very much for having me on. It's always an absolute pleasure to share a screen with everyone as well. And Line Tech, I'm sure we might have been on screen before, maybe with Northside on that. But if we haven't, big up, an absolute pleasure. Do you know what I mean? We need to definitely do some more bits, man. It's always a pleasure to be on with you, man. Good to see you, and obviously Lawrence as well. You know what I mean? Always a pleasure. Rashid, brother, you know, Napster, and Karl. Thank you very much for being in chat. Don't forget to like and subscribe to everyone either. Do you know what I mean? We deserve it, all of us. We're bringing up good content, so do your part as well, you world-class fuckers, and smash a like. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Natstar, what have you got coming up, mate?
Yeah, big up. Thanks for having me on the stream, Karl. You know, because I remember you asked me before, I couldn't do it, but this time I was like, I have to do it. It needs to be done. So yeah, Much appreciated, brother. Yeah, I've got Arsenal Fulham preview. I'm going to release that tomorrow night at some point, and I'll sort of kind of, even though it's been a bit delayed, I'll put in the weekly roundup as well. I did that for my last video as well, so it will be technically pre-recorded. Got to sort out a few bits and pieces here and there, you know, try and sort out the optics, you know, the technicalities, because I do want to start live streaming, but I just want to make sure everything's sorted. I don't want it crashing down. I don't want the mutants attacking my network or my Mac. So, do you know what I'm saying? Less of that. But I will have a live stream very, very soon. And I'll be on Rashid's, I believe, for the part 3, because I was on 1 and 2. Then the forwards. I'll be on Aaron's call-in, unless he changes his mind. But if he wants me on, yeah, I'm only joking, man. I'm only joking. But yeah, so Rashid's on Wednesday.
I just want you on. I'm joking. You're always welcome.
It's done, guys. It's done. No.
You're always welcome.
So
you know
Rashid, yeah. No, I appreciate that. Much love as always.
Wednesday, yeah.
So yeah, Wednesday, Rashid, yeah, and then Friday for Aaron's call-in show, and yeah, I think that will be it until this time next week, like the weekend, and then we'll just see what else is happening. So I might have a live stream at some point next weekend, maybe earliest, maybe might be the week after, but I will have some videos or maybe another one in between that time. So yeah, I'll keep myself busy enough basically. But yeah, like I said, much appreciated for having me on, Karl. I don't take this lightly. I definitely don't take it for granted. Big up the chat. Make sure you like and subscribe to Karl, Gun Down UK. So yeah, show him the love. He deserves it. So yeah, big up.
Brilliant, mate. Thank you for coming on. It was your debut tonight, so
on debut, mate.
On,
yes,
on debut,
absolutely,
you did not disappoint, and making his debut as well. Lion Text, thank you so much for coming on, bruv. It's much appreciated. Everyone's links is down in the description below, so make sure you go check them out. Make sure you like and subscribe to their channel as well. Lion Text, where can we find you, and what have you got coming up in your channel?
Yeah, bless up for having me, Karl. Thank you for having me first time on the channel. And I know most of you lot anyway from other shows and all of that, so big up to you lot. But yeah, it's just probably do a preview probably on Monday for the Fulham game, although I'm not really enthusiastic about talking about it, but I just got to put out the content, and then yeah, there's content whenever really. But I've been putting out wrestling content as well for those of you that are wrestling fans, so I've been putting out little pre-records for that as well to take my mind off this foolish club, you know what I mean? So yeah, man, but thank you for having me, and big up to everyone on the panel as always, man. But yeah, man, that's it really. Just content, man.
Absolutely blessed. Lawrence, where can we find you, buddy?
Well, you can, if anyone wants to reach me, I've just opened up an Instagram. The address is that's 1CE_A_Guna_always_A_Guna. Okay. Hopefully I'll be on Aaron's show on Friday. I enjoy doing that. I thought I was the only one. You're welcome, Aaron. It's a pleasure having a distinguished panel who've got the same beliefs as me.
Yep.
I thought I was the only one who could see what a fraud this manager is and the rocky road he's taken us down. But it's nice to see so many other people who've got the same opinions as myself. And the sooner we get this clown out of our club and put it back to where it belongs, the better it'll be for the rest of us. What else I'm doing? Well, I'm going to fill out my application for the Arsenal dating show once I get off here. So, so watch out, lads. You know,
you going to live stream the happy ending, yeah?
yeah. I think me and Ty will probably be the finalists.
Oh,
and yeah.
Oh, well, maybe not.
All I can say is Arteta out. Come on, you Gunners. I don't hold out much hope, for the Real Madrid game because we all know what's going to happen there. And as I said, for me, the season's already over. Roll on 2025-26.
Absolutely, mate. It's been blessed for you to come on. Much appreciated. Rashid, obviously you got your show Wednesday, but what else have you got? What else have you got coming up?
Yeah, man. Big up. Thanks for having me on. Big up to the whole panel, of course, and the chat. I'm gonna be starting something new, a build up before the game, 1 hour before the game, where we get the lineup and we'll talk about more in detail about the game and whatnot. So yeah, come check me out. It's gonna be 6:45 on Tuesday. Me, Luca, and Views. We're gonna be doing that build up. After the game, probably be on the emergency stream. Then Wednesday we've got an elite show, bro. The forwards. I'm looking forward to it. The forwards and conclusion. Listen to me, man. I'm looking forward to that one. I can't lie. I'm looking forward to that one. But yeah, that's gonna be on Wednesday, 8 p.m. Come check us out. And yeah, bro. Obviously Friday I'm gonna tune in and with Aaron, and yeah, that's about it. Then next week we'll see. Big up, man.
Awesome, mate. Thank you so much for coming on. What have I got coming up? So Tuesday, birthday. Well, that's next Sunday. Next Sunday is my birthday, and it will be a birthday stream. But I still either arrange babysitter or try and just do a late night stream, whatever. I've got the Monday off work anyway, so it's not an issue. So yeah, birthday
Can we
stream
talk about women.
Off.
Yeah,
camera.
that's what.
I saw the private chat as I am not going down the rabbit hole. So 6th of April is my birthday. Probably end up doing a late night stream. So big up whoever could join. They'd be absolutely blessed. 34, although I feel like 54 right now, but that's besides the point. Tuesday, Arsenal Fulham. Might be doing a watch along if I could find an actual stream that would actually work. So because it's not on TV at all, which sucks really. So might be able to do a watch on for that. Thursday night we'll have the Arsenal anger management returning. I'm hoping if he answers his fucking DMs, Northside hopefully will be on with me on Thursday, but he needs to open his IG and actually respond back to me. So Il Deputa, open your IG account for Christ's sake. And after that we'll have another call-in show next Saturday. And obviously we will have a bit more of a breakdown of the Everton game as well, because that's a lunchtime kickoff at Goodison Park. I wonder what's going to happen there. But for now, we're going to get out. On out of here. Thank you to Aaron, Natstar, Lawrence, Rashid, Lion Tex, who's just jumped off, Shane Gooner, Jez, and so on. I'm not sure who else I missed out. I probably missed out someone else. I do apologize. Everyone's title will be down in the description below. Obviously, Aaron's and Shane's is up in the title. That's going to be it for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you smash the like button on your way out. Hit the subscribe button while you're at it. You tell all your friends. Follow us on all our social media platforms. And big up to everyone that has watched us live on Instagram. We are hopefully we'll be back on Tuesday for the live watch along for the Arsenal Fulham game. If not, I might be able to try and push some content out. I will be doing some clipping on some previous shows, especially one with Jez talks about what would a 60,000 seater stadium Highbury would have looked like. So that'll be clipped up at some point as well. But yeah, thank you to everyone that's been on. Thank you to everyone in the chat. And remember, kids, when you go to Bangkok for the first time, if you see a woman with a bulge, it's probably not a woman. Good night. God bless. I'll take her out.
Everyone out, man. Everyone.
Yep. Everyone out.